only like a couple of people watching, but hello. There's only like a couple of people watching,
Yeah.
because it is Blackcoats,
Yeah, when
and
oh, go on.
I have learned that people like to watch Blackcoats in their own time, so that's fine by me.
Fair
Uh,
enough.
Everyone's got a schedule, so I just bought my plastic crack, so I'm happy. Um,
What'd you
I've
buy?
There was this Stormcast Eternal. I don't know if that'll mean anything to you, David, but there was this Stormcast Eternal model that I really wanted. Because I'm gonna
Hey,
like,
I mean, I assumed it was Warhammer stuff. I don't know them
yeah,
specifically, but
yeah,
I do love the models.
oh yeah,
I did when I was young, when I was like in grade school. I used to actually just buy the models to make them.
I generally do that. I only really play with Matt. I don't really play with it. I've played like since I got home. I played like 4 games, and 2 of them have been
Right?
against Matt. So I don't
Yeah,
really, I like just collecting them and having them there and showing like, hey, look what I did, like that sort of a thing. Like in a weird
yeah,
way, the amount of you would think it would be like a real like buzzkill for like women and stuff. But whenever if they're laid out and they're there properly, like in a case or something, so you can see them, the amount of girls who have seen it have been like, oh, that's really cool. Like, how did you,
yeah.
it's like,
It's about it's not just about it's a nerdy hobby, but if it looks like something that you're putting care into, you
mhm,
care about how the space looks and such,
mhm,
and it's a whole different thing, like
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like I've had people come over to not only my place, and we've got an entire shelf full of random figurines and
yeah,
toys and games, and then our we have a whole section of wall that's our replica lightsabers, and they're
Mm.
all combat ones,
oh sweet, so you can
and it
actually
just
use them.
looks
That's awesome.
yeah. We've got 7 full combat ones, and then a little spare one Natalie got because she didn't want to have a gap,
hmm I
so we
like
actually get her a nice one.
I like those. I like this again. I can't really complain about things being expensive because I collect Warhammer.
Yeah.
But like yeah, those are expensive. Like those
Mm.
lightsabers are like
So the
high
ones
end.
we get are like $250
Yeah.
each, which are not crazy, but
hmm
they're not cheap. They're something that, we've been the last couple of Christmases, we've been had like our gift to ourselves has been like the sale packs they have. So really we're getting them for like 400 for 2, so it saves us $50 each.
Oh sweet. Okay, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so it's still pricey, but like I mean, we love them, we use them whenever we get the chance.
hmm Yeah.
And we haven't done it as much, but when I used to do a lot of house parties, because the blades are like full combat ones and the Kyber light ones come with a lifetime warranty,
Oh sweet.
we'd get we'd get wasted and just beat the crap out of each other with the lightsabers,
Man,
and it
that's
was so much fun.
Is there that moment in the night where you all look at each other and you know it's time?
yeah.
Yeah, basically. Well, it's mostly like like we'll be hanging out outside, and it's like, we'll finish a game of like King's Cup or beer
hmm
pong or
hmm
something. The problem with beer pong is since if you remember, I don't drink beer. I'm
hmm
usually doing beer pong with like rum and coke.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're gonna be fucking
I usually get through like 2 glasses, maybe
obliterated.
3. And also I'm pretty bad at beer pong to begin with.
hmm
So yeah, no, but then Natalie usually just runs off and comes back with lightsabers.
I thought the cue would be when you return from the bathroom in your Sith robe, but that's just me and nothing else.
I do need to buy a proper Sith robe.
hmm
It's been something I've been meaning to do for so long,
hmm
but it's like it's warm,
hmm
and I live in California.
hmm
The coldest it gets was a warm summer day in Durham. I'm like
Yeah,
not even really exaggerating.
yeah.
maybe maybe a little bit.
Well, Durham's like fucking frosty at best of times, isn't it?
Yeah.
Um, are
But I
you
mean, you
there,
remember how?
Dennis? Are you about? It's for your
There,
part,
there.
Dennis, isn't it? I keep just calling you Dennis now. I was going to change your name. That'll be the end of it.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
well, mix-ups happen.
It's
Yeah.
all good. I reckon we can get started in a minute. I'm just
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch the Grand Prix off so I don't get distracted by cars.
Who's winning?
Hamilton right now. I think they just literally just started. So Verstappen's gone in the lead now. So there you go. Which I didn't think would happen. There you go. Right, off you go. Can't get distracted by that. Goodbye. So new rules coming along quite well. New Blackcoats rules. They should be done by. I'd probably say this coming week. They're a lot simpler than the rules that we have now, but they're simple in some ways, and in some ways they're more expansive. So, there's a lot less interpretation down. So, in combat, for instance, you're only ever allowed to do certain types of actions. So you can move twice, you can attack, you can attack twice, or you can move once and then attack once. That's it. That's literally, there's no. So all of that is really trimmed down. All of the roles to attack are really trimmed down, and everything's unified now. So there aren't role play roles and combat roles. They're all jumped in together. So it should be pretty cool. The laws changed a little bit. Mainly because because you guys went on the vampire route, I expanded that so you could get to hear about different clans and where vampirism comes from, and what countries are accepting of vampires and which aren't, and the Wraithborn too. You guys are technically Wraithborn because you have infernal blood. So, well, Matt isn't, but
I don't get any.
Yeah. So like, if you went to the Duskfall Empire, you guys would be nobility. Essentially, you'd be like the samurai class. You'd be like the people who are in charge. You're just walking around and I can boil your blood with my mind. That sort of stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't remember where. So last time we were you did some chores for the Blackcoats last time, which I quite liked. I quite liked the fact that we did that, because it just shows there are some mundane things that you have to do as a Blackcoat. It's not all sunshine and rainbows and glory charges and this and that. Sometimes it can be quite, not dull, but like quite, you just got to go and get rid of these fucking anomalies, and don't poke them. Keyword there, yeah, don't poke them. Because even a slide can fucking kill you, as we saw last time. We nearly saw last time with Filberto, because we nearly lost our first character.
Okay, it's okay. We gave the evil slide a present.
Yeah. I don't think it's the slide's evil. It's more like it's a doorway to something that might be evil, or it might be... You never know. There could be a party going on in there. You don't know.
Well, if there was a party...
It seems that the visitor lost.
Yeah.
I definitely am scared of what's down the goddamn slide, because we got it killed.
Well, it's that door is now shut for good, because it's underneath 17 feet of molten rock now.
Yeah, I mean, we did send them some fireworks before we shut down the party. So,
True. That is true. That is very, very, very true. So, you guys are in the library building, the Anvain District Library. There is a bit of heat, as we discussed last time, on the crew at the moment. The city, whilst the city itself isn't aware of you guys, because, you're basically nobodies, Anvain itself, the district, there are people, especially in the underground, who know who you guys are now. You are operating in the public sphere. You've stepped into that sphere with the bar, Dawn's Break, and... we didn't do housekeeping, but we will do it before we start. And essentially, it's been 2 weeks. So you've had 2 weeks of time off. Profits are starting to roll in from the bar. It's been quite busy. It's been okay. It's been quite busy. You get... let me just have a roll here. Roll. D6. No, D10. There we go. Okay, so you get 5,000.
5,000.
5,000. But
holy shit!
Out of that, we need operating costs, and out of that we need wages as well. So it's up to you how much. It's up to you how much you want to pay your staff, or how many you have. Yeah, we don't need to go into too much detail on that because.
But yeah, I mean, for me, it would be like. I'd say like a good, like for instance, like if minimum wage was like 15 an hour, I'd say like a good like 22, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So not like crazy, but like better than they're gonna get at an equivalent place. If a place would be paying them like maybe 20, just slightly over that.
Yeah.
So I'd say take away 1,500 for wages, just to get everyone fully paid up, get everyone happy. That'll keep them loyal, and it'll keep them from, they're onto a good thing basically. They know if you've paid them that much, they're onto a good thing. They're less likely to betray you. So it's up to you if you want to go above that as like hush money, just to say, hey, anything you see, just keep it to yourself.
I mean, I think we're gonna try to keep, if things start happening there that are more questionable than the weird spider.
Yeah.
then maybe we'll have to up their raise a bit again. But I think just at this point, just earning their loyalty and because we're trying to keep most of the untoward elements from operating too heavily in the bar.
Okay.
I
So
was going to say also give them maybe 100 extra just for like a first night bonus.
Yeah, that sounds fair to me.
So I would say deduct another 500 just for operating costs. So, cleaning, supplies, beer, things like that.
All right.
The horrible bastards have made it sort of like a Friday night getaway area to go to. So it's normally quite busy on the weekend. Last 2 weekends been quite busy there. And they've been driving profits too. So most of the they want to entertain clients away from the Docklands. They'll go to the Dawn's Break because they know their allies are there. Well, not allies, but people who aren't gonna stab them are there.
We have a comfortable relationship.
Yeah. It's mutually beneficial. So let's do some housekeeping then. So we didn't do any stat increases because we didn't do any combat, and we didn't really show anything, that's gonna push anything further forward. In fact, we made some really bad decisions last time that nearly got us killed. So no stat increases for last week. You don't get paid as a black coat, so there's that. In fact, no. Each of you has 1 point. You may put it wherever you wish. There you go. We'll do that as the default for surviving. Each of you has 1 point. Right. Place that wherever you wish.
So just real quick for the devil blooded, the half wit for anything but the devil blood powers on the traits. If I were to go put my a point into wit, so I have 3 points just to try to be able to do stuff. Would I round down to 1 or would I round up to 2? When it's at 3 halved.
It would probably round up to 2. To be honest with you, I like to give a bit of oomph there.
I mean, I planned on increasing the wits slowly as I went.
No, I like
so
it.
I
If
figured
you're
now's a good time
investing in
for
that,
me.
then I'm not gonna say no. You do it to 1 because it's a big effort to invest into it. So yeah, go and have 2.
Yeah. So I have been planning on doing it because at some point, eventually, I'm going to start using the double bladed powers. Theoretically.
They are quite OP, to be fair. They are quite OP.
Yes. I just have to not kill myself doing it.
Yeah.
So Sangan, how are we dividing up this profit?
So I figure we've got about 3,000 even right now. And, I think it ended up being, what was it? You did 60%, right? Oh, no, sorry. I did 60%. You did 40%, right? Yeah. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that divides evenly into 3,000, doesn't it?
Yeah. I pay the tip of the extra 100 tips, so yeah, it does.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can just take that out of yours. I'm just going to do 3,000 times by 4, and that's how much you get. My brain is not. Yeah, so you get 1,200. I get 18 out of that.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, if you want to take that tip out of there.
Fine by me.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right.
So what have you all been getting up to in the 2 weeks since our last session?
So looking for the people who left the corpse seems reasonable. That's the first thing. I guess it's something I actually wanted to do for already a few last timers. I actually would want to go to Sungurn's fight group and see if I can beat who of us would win in a fight.
Okay. So you're just gonna
okay, yeah, I'm down with that.
You're just gonna walk in there and like, are you gonna go in your robes, or are you gonna go in like in just your scruffy clothes? Are you gonna?
Yeah, I mean, generally with
I
the
mean, he
Fight
would
Club.
probably try to dress at least somewhat nice. It's like, imagine if you would go for a job interview, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's put it this way. Did you talk to Sangurn about it?
No,
Or
it
did you
definitely would
show?
be a surprise.
Yeah, because generally, you kind of just show up in like a cloak so that people don't really recognize who's going in there, and then if you're fighting, generally you're just in in your trousers so that you're not like concealing weapons and stuff.
People just probably have figured out that much about the situation. Come
That's what I
a
figured.
day earlier, see how people fight, then come the next day.
So we'll do it. We'll do it. It's a rainy Thursday night. We'll call it that.
You have to be sober to have this fight.
This is all up to Sangurn, so I'm gonna let Sangurn.
No, I mean, yeah, you can show up however you want. Just it's no weapons, and the only time that weapons are allowed is specifically if there's been kind of a let's just say like a people's justice kind of situation where a criminal that the redcoats haven't managed to catch has been taken by like some of the people or some of the gangs and brought there, and that's the only time that weapons are ever allowed in a fight.
So
is basically they're fighting for their lives.
Why don't you describe? So Dennis is on his way. So and Mike describe what he's seeing. What kind of a building is it, and who's outside? Like what? Where is it? I know it's in the Anvain Port District, but like
So basically, it's like kind of a rundown warehouse. The windows look dark, right? Which you'd expect at night from one that's not, from a building that doesn't have the power on for whatever. But that if you really looked closely, you notice all the windows aren't just dark; they're black because they're all painted from the inside and padded to help keep sound out. So there's people kind of filing in from a couple of different entrances, so it's not too crazy, and also escape routes. And there's kind of as you come into each entrance, there's sort of like a put together room, so that they can kind of give you a once over before they let you in, right? And then basically like the floor of the warehouse, this particular warehouse had like a ring around it that was kind of a work, for people to, work and observe. And then the actual floor of the warehouse is sunk into the ground a little. So you kind of, as you come in, there's like, you're kind of looking down over the whole thing. And so there's like, it's not a giant warehouse. So there's only 2 fighting cages, that are set up. And they're kind of set up like the UFC ones, except, except very much not clean,
and
not padded.
Floors.
Yeah, it's straight cement floors. If we're having sometimes sometimes there's some padding thrown into it for some of the people who aren't used to fighting. People we're not, but the padding is literally like an old mattress from an alleyway.
Okay.
But it's not like the people there aren't like filthy. They're but they're not clean. These are like working class people who are trying to let off steam for the most part.
So, as you walk in, Dennis, people sort of give you like a wide berth. They see this like sweaty vagrant coming in, and they're just like, well, everyone's getting out the way. No one pays you any mind at all. Everyone's betting on a fight. A fight is just ending.
Wait, there's betting?
Yeah, there's betting.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
yes.
Then I wanna bet 100 shillings for myself first.
So to do that, you got to go to the fight maker, and the fight maker is standing in the corner. the bookmaker is on one end of the room and the fight maker is on the other side of the room. The fight maker's got a ledger, and he's not as popular as the bookmaker, as you may guess. But he's looking at people, trying to cajole people into getting involved, and like, yeah, you can go in, and Sangun, did you say it was a cage, like an octagon cage? Okay, so people are so one person is now defeated, and everyone's cheering, and a few people are helping the guy up, saying, oh yeah, shit, you know, what the fuck, you know, and they're patting him on the back and stuff, and money's being exchanged. The guy who is the fight maker, he's a portly gentleman, and he has a handlebar moustache and a monocle, and he's looking down at the odds and things like that, and who would make a good fight against who. Sangun, where are you in the room? Because I guess you're just touring the ground.
Well, real quick for flavor, can his monocle not have a lens?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So his monocle has no glass in it. It's just, you know, it's just on his eye, and he just for effect. So Sangun, whereabouts are you on this floor?
So Sangren's probably between fights at this point, because you know, when he's not on missions or, you know, cleaning up after people, he's generally spends most of his nights here.
So you can see Dennis, as you look around, you can see Sangun like sitting on a stool, and he's taping up his fists basically, and adjusting the tape and things like that. And somebody's imparting some wisdom to him about how to dodge and feint, and Sangun's nodding politely, but you can tell he's just not. You've seen that face before. He's not listening at all. So, where do you want to go? Oh, also, Dennis, you have seen one or two of your orphans around the place too. So they're here. You can only assume that they're here as a bit of side work to get, you know, running the bets and things like that, or they could just be listening for you. Either or.
Can I be in the crowd as well?
Sure.
I would like to be close, and I'd like to be basically following Dennis, basically.
Does Dennis know you're following him?
I would assume so. Yeah, I would.
Probably.
You know,
Philip does
like
not.
his entourage sort of thing.
Cool. So Dennis, you Philberto's behind you. He just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the first one I should go to is the fight maker. But I guess it will be pretty hard to instantly get a fight with Sangern.
No, no one wants to fight Sangun. So like, yeah, it'd be very easy to fight Sangun if you wanted to fight him.
It's mostly like every once in a while people like they think they've done enough fights that they can handle Sangern, because Sangern is probably not the biggest person, but the people who are bigger than him are generally like also fairly portly, because they're just big guys.
Yeah, you can see a few horrible bastards around.
Another thing is, did Sangren have already some fights this night, or is it like one fight per night?
That's up to Sangun.
It's generally, the fights are pretty short. So, and there's usually like, you know, 2 fights going on. So if people are regulars, they tend to fight like, you know, 3 or 4 times a night, or more if they want. There's been some nights where Sangren's, like, the couple times he's had to drink blood, that he's fought maybe like 6 or 7 times in a night, and he usually comes back the next day really bloody. So yeah, no, he's probably only had the one fight because it's still a little early.
So the fight maker is looking through a certain looking through his ledger, and he looks at you, Dennis, but he just goes back to his ledger, because you don't look like very much. Like, he just looks at you and goes, okay, yeah, forget that guy, and goes back to writing in his ledger.
Well, hey, can I book a fight with the big boss here? And I would point discreetly at Sangern.
Have you seen Spider-Man? Do you know
the Tobey Maguire one? Yes.
Do you know the meme I'm talking about? It's like, you serious? And he just like starts laughing. He literally just starts laughing, and he's like, "Are you?" He's like, "Are you drunk? Like, seriously, are you all right? Did you take a knock to the head on the way in?"
That's why I be here, but I mean, he needs some fights as well, right?
Yeah. Trust me, mate. He'll take the fight, but fuck it. Yeah, it's your funeral. Yeah. Let me just look here. Yeah, I've got an opening in half an hour. If you want to get yourself ready. What's your name?
Will he know? I want it to be a little bit of a surprise. We're like friends and stuff.
Oh, right, a reunion. How nice. Right. I won't tell him who it is he's fighting, but I need something for the ledger, you see. And for the
Okay,
amount too.
it's Dennis. Just write that down.
He,
I don't have a surname, not a noble here around here.
1 N or 2 N's?
I don't. Write
7
two.
ends.
Write two. Just to decide.
He just puts 3 in. He's got Dennis. And he's like, right, half an hour. We'll call for you. We'll get a runner, one of the kids, to come and get you, and they'll take you to the ring.
Great. So now I would go to the bad guy or maybe have the kids hand the kids if there's two, hand them.
I mean, this place isn't a place with clean rules. If you want to bet on yourself, you're always welcome to.
Yeah,
Or
but the thing. But it's less suspicious because if I bet for myself, then other people might also bet for me, which will decrease the win pool if I win.
That's true.
The thing that I'm thinking is I guess I have a 50-50 chance of winning, but if I win, I will gain 10 times as many money if I lose.
Okay, so he will give you odds. Give you odds of 100 to 1 against you. Because again, you look like.
I know. It's hilarious because I know that Dennis is solidly built just like Sangren, and so it's just like this is actually going to be a fight, but nobody else knows that.
Yeah. Like the way Dennis is dressed, like people just aren't taking him seriously at all. Like they're just looking at him like this guy's gonna get fucking murdered. So you're gonna put 100 on yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
100 bet and 100 to 1. Just try to remember that.
Jesus.
I'm gonna tap Dennis and hand him a bag, and say this might help.
Yeah.
It's something I've been working on in my lab.
Oh.
Might give you some strength.
I'm not gonna be cheating here, mate. I actually want to see who does better.
I'm just gonna put the bag in your hand and say, use it as you wish.
Okay, so what is it that you've given him, just so he can add it to his inventory for later on if he wants to?
Yeah, I'm going to. I'd say put it under the bag of unmarked drugs. I'm
Okay.
not going to tell you what they are,
Okay.
and I might not completely know what they are.
Could be anything. He just like fished them out.
And feel free to make use of that.
It's just vague.
This is as much of an experiment as it is like, oh, this might help him. It also might kill him, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Science.
It probably won't kill him.
It's a refinement of the drug that I was testing on that captured lady that we had a few weeks back.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
I'm not using it against Sangren, might use it in a real fight sometime later.
Fair enough.
I mean, never know. We've had enough instances where, an edge would have definitely not hurt.
Yeah.
All right.
You'd think with all the vampires, you'd start working on some, more blood experiments to try to make us stronger, so that we stop almost dying.
That would also work.
I'd like
Yes,
to not almost die
synthetic blood.
every fight. Actually, no. It's only been 2 of the 3 fights we've had that I've almost died.
So do
I
you,
was
want me to,
never in danger of dying, because I'm
want
just
me to-
lucky.
do you want me to look up how to make synthetic blood then?
I mean, that's your prerogative. That's something Sangren wouldn't actually ask,
Ah,
So
because he's very delicate about the whole blood thing.
So the bet is made. Yeah, you can see Dennis as the kid runs over with your 100 shillings. That like the guy just looks at him like, you sure? Like, and he points over to you and nods and he goes, okay, right. He puts it in the ledger, puts it away, and again he gives the kid a slip, and the slip comes back to you and it says 100 to 1. Dennis, bet on Dennis 100 to 1, signed by the bookmaker, Charlie Short, and he's which is ironic. He's actually just massive. He's actually nearly 7 feet tall. But yeah, the slip comes back to you, and you can put it in your pocket and ready to go.
I'm hoping that every time Sangren fights, it's enough of a draw that this isn't going to bankrupt the fighting ring.
Yeah. I mean, 100 at 100 to 1 is a lot of money.
A lot. That is a lot.
So, right. I can start the fight if you want to start that. If you want to carry on.
Well, I would actually want to make use of here of the whole wound sensing thing right before the fight starts
Okay.
to see if if Sangren has any like.
Superficial at best. I'm just gonna let you do it because
Yeah.
you're not under any pressure, but superficial. There's nothing. He's taken a few cuts and bruises, but like he's a vampire. Like it's, he'll shrug that off in 5 minutes and he'll be right back to normal. So he's not really.
Okay, I guess it doesn't come into play.
There's not weapons, so
Yeah. So, Sangun, you're called, and the fight maker comes over to you and says, "Got a challenger for you, boss. A bit more of an hors d'oeuvre than a challenge, really, but keep you interested."
I mean, he's just kind of Sanger just kind of shrugs. He's like, he just mostly fights to fight.
He nods and goes, "Right, head to the ring in about 5 minutes. He'll be waiting for you in there."
Yep.
He walks off because this is all hold out. You've done this ritual so many times. As you stand up and people start patting you on the back as you walk in, the cage is it actually has a cream padding floor. It's dirty with the use, obviously, and blood and but and it's not that much padding. It's more like just it's not the concrete. And
they're scared for poor Dennis's health.
yeah, and they unlock the door. You head in, and on the other side, the door is unlocked. And Dennis, how would you like to make your entrance? Are you just gonna?
I don't think there would be much planned. Just throw off the like, head covering, which hides him on entrance, and just hi Sangren, just to see him baffled.
It's more there's that moment of what the I just kind of like look towards the bookie and then look towards you.
The bookie just shrugs.
And then sigh, and then he because he figures there's something going on here.
It's gonna be you're in for a long night.
Yeah.
So the cage doors are locked. I'd say let's do this like normal combat, but obviously no weapons.
Oh yeah, what damage would I do with just hands?
So,
hands damage.
what is your strength?
8.
8. Ooh.
8? Jesus.
Jeez.
You're fucking swole.
Sangun,
So you've just been putting all your points into strength.
Yeah,
Crazy
so
son of a bitch.
Sangun, what is your strength?
Put one in wits. I put 1 in wits, I think.
Okay.
Jesus. Mine's at 6, but I've got the giant, so
Yeah, I'm at
8
8. Okay.
effectively.
So each of you will do d6 plus 8 damage when you're fighting.
Is our swiftness gonna help at all in this?
Swiftness and perception. So swiftness and wits. So swiftness plus a d6 decides who goes first. Let's do it that way. Normal combat, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 0 swiftness, so here that will probably not be very useful. So swiftness plus d6.
Mhm.
Maybe just d6.
I would say add perception, but there's no perception. The guy's literally standing in front of you, so it's not really.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
I'm very much going first.
So
By far.
we'll do it this way. Like Sangun, it looks like Sangun wants this fight to be over quickly, or it's going to be a war of attrition, and he wants it over. So, Sangun, it is your turn. Your enemy is around 15 feet away from you, so that's one move to get to him, if you want to get to him. Or you can stride around and try and pick try and feel him out, see what he's going to do.
It's definitely I'm probably just gonna try to get this quick, and because I mean I know he's strong, but in Sangern's mind he's not stronger than him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna try to just tackle him down, I think.
Okay. One of your actions is...
I don't know he's got 8 strength. I just know he's strong, but Sangern's Sangern.
So you rush over there and try and take him down UFC style, like slam him down to the floor by just grab him. Something. Roll a might check for me. So go over there and roll a strength against your strength.
8 to 8. Oh, that's not great.
Alright, so Dennis, roll a strength check. This might be bad for Sangern if... Oh...
Wait, I rolled
yeah.
a D8, not D6.
Yeah.
I was gonna say those 8s are concerning me. Even so, that's
Holy
like,
shit. Okay, so... so...
I feel like he just stopped a charging bull in its tracks.
So Sangern, you go over to like lift him up, and he like plants his feet. You just can't, and your lift actually puts you off balance. Your turn immediately ends. Dennis, what are you gonna do? Like you can do whatever you want with him at this point. You can throw him to the ground. You can strike him. You can, you know, because he's off. He's not expecting you to be this strong, and all of a sudden, you know, it's now Sangern's turn to try and survive the onslaught, and then readjust his tactics. Like, okay, this guy's really strong, you know, that sort of thing. So, what are you gonna do?
Throw to the ground seems like the smartest option, so probably that.
Okay, you got 3 6s there, so do your strength check plus 3. So plus the 3 6s that you got, because you do have an advantage because of
Like static 3 or plus 3 dice.
3
plus
dice.
3 dice.
Okay.
Sorry, I had a mouthful of rum and coke. Okay. Lucky that you got that third 5 there. So you do. It's not an emphatic throw because again, Sangern's really strong. But you do manage to throw him down to the ground, and you have one more action left. What would you like to do?
No, punch him.
Okay.
Probably in the liver.
Okay, you're gonna go. You turn on the X-ray vision and looking for the liver, and you just strike straight for it. Go for it.
Are we gonna have contesting rolls on these attacks, or is it just gonna be going blow
This
to blow?
one, no, because of the, you know, obviously the roll was so disparate.
Yeah.
But from now on, yes.
Oh,
And
man.
Okay, I think...
That's 4 successes.
No, 5 actually, because...
Well, you got the
3
1.
5s and 2... Ah, I mean -1, okay.
you know
And
what?
then also the damage.
Yep. Do you know what? So I'm gonna let you try and cover up. So yeah, you roll a strength check too.
All right.
Oof.
Just to kind of. Oh man, I am not rolling. These
Alrighty.
rolls are not on my side. That's
So you
0.
cancelled out 1, 2, 2 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you take 3. Okay. I don't think that's gonna knock you down though. I'm gonna. So each time, no matter how many successes you get, we're not gonna do it like you're fighting a monster where, you know, each success gives you damage, because the fight will be over really quickly because you guys don't have that much HP.
No, we do not.
So I'm gonna do it. You get for any success, for all of them put together, you get the 8 damage. You know, the 8. And you guys can, you guys, as if you're wearing your normal armor, basically. You know, you're not, but like we'll do it like that. So, you take 8 damage plus a d6. So Dennis, roll a d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my normal armor. So we're counting our normal armor, like my trench coat, vest, boots, armor.
Let's give you both. Let's give you both. I'm gonna say 5 armor for Sangern because he's quite big and bulky, and 4 armor for Dennis because he's big but he's not, you know, he's not Sangern, you know. So yeah, so you take 5 damage away from the incoming damage, which is 4. You take 4 damage. So you're winded. You take a hell of a smash into the midriff. You know this isn't going to be an easy fight from now on. This is going to be quite a difficult one. But it is your turn.
All right.
How much health do you have left?
So I've got 13 max.
Okay, so you're down to 9. Okay.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna basically try to beat him off of me at this point.
Yep.
The time for subtlety and technique is kind of past at this point. I've just got to beat him till he's off of me. So I'm gonna just do 2 full attacks and see how they. Ooh, that's much better.
Okay. Right. Cool.
I do have, since we both actually. Well, actually, would unarmed fighting count as a lower difficulty? Actually, I'm wondering for both of us because we both have over.
Yes, it would. No, you are right. It would.
Actually, so then from his last attack, he had a bunch more successes.
It doesn't really
And
matter because it's
yeah.
more about
The same damage.
yeah, it's the same damage either way because we want to try and make it last a little while.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
remember,
okay.
future
So
reference when you're fighting other people.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you would have gotten like 8 successes, or another 3 successes,
Yeah,
but same damage.
I guess, but we are in the same strength bulwark, so it doesn't make sense that we have an advantage against each other, like with the easy hard stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's more just for the rolls. But I mean, we could ignore it for this
So-
one. I guess it doesn't really make a
Yeah,
difference.
it's already started, so there's no point
So-
changing things now.
Dennis, as you're hammering down, Sangun catches your arm and starts like punching you in the face like a triangle choke, but he's punching you. So do a strength check yourself to like pull away a little bit and try and take less damage. Holy
I think
shit!
that's 3 to my 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So
People.
I'm gonna say
Good.
after armor. After your armor, so you're gonna take 8. So plus a d6. So you're gonna take 4 plus a d6, basically. Yeah, 4 plus a d6.
Okay.
It's
So 1 second. I'm rolling it right now. It's a 1. The
Okay,
same.
so
So,
after armor,
So I
you take
take-
5.
okay, I take 5 damage.
Yeah.
So I'm at 11.
Yeah. So your nose is bloody. And you're like, oh, okay, this guy's
Question
really
is,
strong.
how does, in this case, my rage fueled? Because I imagine that if I got actually +2 damage per point of damage, that would be a bit too high.
Mm-hmm.
So how would the rage fueled apply here?
I would.
Oh yeah.
I would actually apply the damage. I would actually, because it's only 2 damage, is it not? Is it 2
Oh.
damage?
2 damage,
2
per
damage
one,
to next
per,
attack.
per 1 point of HP lost. So it actually would be plus 10 damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, I actually have rage fueled as well.
Okay. I'm gonna let you both.
Do we want to add it, or do we want to let it cancel? 'Cause
I'm gonna add it at a specific point. I'm gonna let you both do it at the same time, but I'll let you know when the time has come. But for now, disregard it. So
Okay, but Sangern should be now somewhat bloodied, so I should also have an advantage when punching him due to the whole wound finding thing.
yeah, go for it. Go for do
Well,
a
I still get a second attack for this round, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
because you haven't moved. You're still on your back.
Yeah.
So away you go.
2.
2. Okay, cool. And Dennis, roll a reply. Okay. Ooh, a 1, 2, 3.
-2.
But you do have 2 critical failures, so we're gonna do 4 again. Plus a
So
d6.
4 plus 6. Okay. Would have already be a lot of damage.
Yeah, so that's 6. That's 6.
This is
So I'm down to
nerve-wracking.
5.
I gotta preserve the financial state of my fighting ring.
So yeah, he's. There's not panic, but there is definitely like a oh shit. There's a realization comes into Sangun like, oh, this guy actually put on quite a lot of money and
Well, I know.
So-
I don't know how much money he's gotten. Actually, I mean, I've just seen the look of like,
Yeah.
I don't know who this. Yeah, because nobody knows like this is was going to be a fight, but me.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I assume he's bet something. I didn't think Sanger would never expect it to be 100 to 1 odds.
Mm-hmm.
Because he knows Dennis.
Yeah. So, it is now Dennis's turn. Dennis, you are quite bloody at this point. Your one of your eyes is closed up. Do you want to stay tangled up with Sangun, or do you want to back off and let him get up and then smash him again as he's getting to his feet?
I mean, it does make sense to stay on top of him when I'm already am, because that's
Yep.
a big advantage.
Yep.
Usually. And again, I'd quickly use the wound science thing to just... He should be bloodied up already, so I should be able to know where to punch him. So that would be wit, so 3 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Let's see if I find something. But that's not damage, that's just finding if I find something useful, like that gives me an advantage.
that's one success.
I'm gonna say not really, because
Okay.
you're fighting another Nightkin, and he's too tough to basically see. He has a straight weakness, or you aren't fighting with blades and things, so he hasn't taken a stab wound or a bullet wound or anything like that. You're just getting back the normal feedback of I could go for the eyes, I could go for things like that. You're getting normal human stuff.
Okay, then I'm just gonna keep on punching.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get any sort of advantage for being on top of him?
No, I'm not going to do that. You get two rounds, 2 full rounds. Okay, so Sangun reply. That was 2 successes. No, 1 success. So Sangun reply, and actually there was more. Okay,
That's a lot of successes.
So
that's 4 successes versus 2.
So nothing happens. So you're striking down at Sangun, and he covers up, and he's even slipping you. Like he's even like he nearly gets a counter on you a few times, which is like your heart's in your mouth for a little bit there because you think you might have this one, but you do get another attack. Just bear in mind any ones.
My pulse is up a little bit here.
Any ones, and Sangun might be able to slip. And
that's a nice roll, Jesus.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6 and no ones.
All right, Sangun's gonna have to cover up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is 8 damage before the 5 coming off, plus d6.
That's 9. That's enough to. That's
okay.
it.
All right, so
that puts me to 0.
So, as Sangun is reaching up to actually, nearly finish the fight because he thinks he can actually get a killing blow here, or at least a a fight-ending blow. He reaches up to punch, and Dennis elbows him in the head, basically, and just cracks him down to the floor. The fight is officially over. It's called, right? With Dennis winning. And there's like a hush over the place as people like, are we out of a job now? Because you can see the bookmaker crying in the corner. Like he's literally just and he's counting coins. It's crying. But Sangun, I'm gonna let you stand up. And a few people there are shouting for an encore, or at least best 2 out of 3. But it's up to you guys whether you want to give them another round, or whether you want.
I would be up for it, but I would let Dennis make that call because, I would say, well, if you're up for another round, I'm just gonna kind of roll my shoulders because this is the best fight Sangun's had in a while that wasn't, immediate risk of death. But I say, no more betting.
Actually, Dennis would agree to that. He doesn't, as long as it's not that he wants to keep his money at this point. So he doesn't want it to be okay. He loses the 2 out of 3, and then the money suddenly he didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why Sangun's like no more betting. What the betting was is what the betting was.
Okay.
This is more for sport for the 2 of them.
Then Dennis would be all for it.
All right, sweet. So let's do the full rage. Let's do the roll off. The full rage attacks.
All right. Well, it's the rage adds just damage, so it'd just be us. And I think at this point, he's not going to be subtle about it. He wants to just kind of go toe to toe with Dennis as much as possible because it's a good fight where he's not about to die. So he's going to do the stoke the blood and kind of egg Dennis on to do the same. Mm-hmm. So it's so we're rolling 10.
Go for it.
I would do the stoke the blood only for the last round, not for the second round, but.
Well, I thought it lasted for kind of the encounter.
Yeah,
right?
we can do it for this as well, just to give it an epic finish. It's fine.
Okay, then let's go the stoke the blood.
Serve the narrative, not the other way around.
Does the stoke the blood have a visible effect?
Not really. All internal.
Not to non-Nightkin, right?
Would we see that you're just going a bit? Would we see roaring with rage or something?
You would see them going a lot quicker and hitting a lot harder if you can make that out as a.
Yeah.
So
like the veterans are seeing that suddenly we're faster, we're stronger. It could be just we're angry, or we're going full out from the beginning. That's not
Dennis, you want to do your roll?
Why 10 though, because the Stoke the
Because
Blood
the
is
Stoke
3
the
dice,
Blood
not 2,
and-
right?
I thought it was 2.
I thought it was
When
3.
I copied it for... Oh, no, it is 3 dice. I got 1 more dice.
Mhm.
I'll just roll one more d6.
Mhm.
I misread that. I've
Okay,
been using it as 2.
I'll wait for you to roll then, and then
Oh.
it's less confusing. Okay, I fucked up
I
something.
did it twice.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oof.
Right.
Oh, dear.
Ooh, and that's another success on mine.
Oh
And I
dear.
think it made the diff. Oh wait, no, you got a lot of ones.
So yeah,
Okay.
you guys are trading. Sorry about the phone, by the way. You guys are trading blows, and Sangern catches Dennis with a right cross that literally sends him spinning into the cage wall and then down to the ground to an eruptive cheer as Sangern wins back a modicum of pride in the establishment. And people like requesting their money back because like technically that was another win, but like obviously the bookmakers had strict instructions. The bet is the bet, and that's it. So
Yeah.
the night ends because the establishment has no money left. So the night ends and everyone starts filing out. It's kind of like the same atmosphere of the start of the first X-Men movie, where Wolverine just basically takes everyone's money and it's just everyone's walking out. So the bookmaker doesn't actually have enough money to pay you, Dennis. But he says he will give you 25% now, and then 25% over the next couple of weeks. When you can come back and you get another 25%, basically.
Yeah.
You didn't
And
carry that much on.
I'll tell Dennis so that we can keep this going. Let's give him some slack.
Fair enough. But because it's an installment, I want 10% more in the end.
He looks to
I'm
you
not-
and Sangern.
I'll kind of give Dennis like a side eye. I'll give you 5.
Seven.
You know what you were doing.
Okay, 5%. Right, okay. Admittedly, I didn't have to win this one.
Okay.
As we saw from the second fight.
All right.
Yes.
So add 25,000 to your.
2,500.
No.
Because 100
25,000
Wait, no, 100.
to
100 times 100 is only 10,000. It's not 100,000.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
2,500. Yeah.
2,500.
Well,
Yeah.
Dean and I can't do math.
Nope. History.
It's too early for me, and you're also drinking.
Yeah. So 2,500 is winging its way to your. And if that's the case, just have the 10 grand. Then I thought it was going to be like 100 grand. Yeah. So he finds he finds other modes of paying you back. So he basically gives you the 10 grand all up front. Says there you go. No, it's
Okay, nice.
And there's not that extra 5%, so let's just not have had that.
Yeah,
Nope.
He paid instantly, so no 5%.
But yeah, I mean, Sangard's not mad. This place isn't doing well, but he doesn't have this place open for the money so much.
Mhm.
It's more just it's his vice.
Yeah.
And he had 2 really good fights.
Can you drink all the blood that collects in the arena?
No. I mean, you could lick it off the floor. I mean,
Yeah,
if
maybe
everybody's
that
left and
desperate.
Dennis feels up for it, but now Sangern uses this so he doesn't to sate his thirst, so he doesn't drink blood.
So we'll treat that as a nice bonding moment. So you guys, all 3 of you, like walk home in the rain. A bottle of wine each. Just swig in, and you guys head back to the
I mean,
library.
Sangern's definitely nursing his jaw from that elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll offer you some morphine.
I pass.
When you get back to the library, there's a storm raging outside, but a fire has been lit in the fireplace of the downstairs, and in front of the fire is a large gentleman with his hands clasped behind his back. He wears these very nice noble robes, and he turns to you guys. Sangern, you recognize this as Havelock. This is the judge that you. So he looks at you and says, "Oh dear, what was it? Girl trouble?"
Just a good old fashioned roll.
Right.
And then I'm gonna like kind of shake myself out, straighten up, and go like wipe off my hand and offer him the shake.
Yeah, he shakes it. Yeah, he shakes it. He's okay with that. He nods and says, "Yeah, I do believe I'm not being too presumptuous. I hope not, anyway. I knew your place of business. The word has got around, and your description, well, matched one of the squatters here. One of my informants has seen you coming and going. My guards are outside, merely as a precaution. I'm surprised you didn't see them on the way in, but I guess he looks at the wine in your hand and says, I guess there are reasons for that as well. Could I have a seat?
Do we have to find that one nice stool? The
Yeah.
one four-legged stool?
Yeah, you have the one stool and loads of bedding. Basically, that's about it. So yeah, you can run and grab him the stool. He'll sit himself down in it, and he straightens his lapels and tunic and says, he looks around the place and goes, rustic. I like it.
I'm gonna turn towards Filiberto and Dennis. It's like, at some point we're probably gonna need to get chairs in here.
Yeah.
Or at least one good chair.
And I'll just pull out a pipe and start smoking.
He says,
Like one of those old, like,
he goes to lean back and then realizes almost too late that there's no back to the seat, and then starts forward again, and says,
Awkward.
and says, I'll be frank. I have a job for you since you did so well for me last time. And he gets his own cigar out and just starts lighting it. And in the end, he gives up and he puts it in the fire to light it and then starts stoking on it. He gets a bit of paper out of his jacket and he passes it over to you. And he says, this reprobate is a duskfaller by the name of Lucien Calfrey. I would like him removed at the earliest possible opportunity.
any particular way you want it removed?
Preferably without raising an alarm or fuss. That'd be the most credible way of going about it.
Anything we should know about him aside from, the usual?
I'm going to upload a picture of him. 1 second.
I assume Dennis is close enough to know that that he's a Nightkin.
Yeah.
As well, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So he says he is a Duskfaller, a rather prominent from a rather prominent merchant family over there. As far as I know, he's part of the noble class over there, so he must be a Wraithborn of some description. I know nothing of his powers, only that he is, how shall I say, formidable. If you would like to know why this piece needs to be removed from the board, he is trying to strike a trade deal with the Office of Imperial Commerce, and it is a trade deal that I wish to possess and wish to keep in the Dominion. Calfrey wishes to take it away, and so he has placed himself squarely in way of my ambitions, and that is not a very healthy place to be at the best of times.
Interesting. So is Calfrey in the city, or...?
He is. He is at the Office of Imperial Commerce. He is staying there for the next 3 days. And so you guys know, the Office of Imperial Commerce is actually built on Tower Bridge. It looks like London's Tower Bridge. And it has 2 towers, one on either end, and that's where the Office of Imperial Commerce is in New Corinth. And all trade passing to the ports and out of the ports crosses that bridge, which is where taxes are made, which is where people get grease their palms. It's money central.
Immediately, the first thought is we could blow it up.
Bridges are not very stable.
Herding cats. Like herding cats. With explosives. So I'm just gonna kind of, I can hear them whispering, like probably behind me, and I'm just gonna kind of turn to them and just shake my head, like, no. And then and back to Harlock and say, all right, do you know if he's gonna be attending any events, or is he holed up pretty tight?
He says, he crosses his fingers on his belly and says, as far as I know, the Office of Imperial Commerce is quite heavily guarded, and certainly he will have his own guards. I have no idea on which tower he's staying. I have no idea where in those towers he's staying. I just know that he entered the facility and hasn't left. He's not due to for 3 days. He's closing his deal and leaving.
All right. Well, we'll figure that out on our own then.
He says, if you can do this without raising the alarm, I can commission a reward of 20,000 shillings. Any other way, I'm afraid it'll be 5,000 shillings.
Casualties?
Minimum.
Interesting.
I'm going to turn towards him and say, without raising an eyebrow.
He nods.
And towards Dennis and Bilberto.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
that's
sure
not
that there's
exactly
been
our
enough.
specialty, but we can try.
I'm sure there's been enough rumors at this point.
Hmm.
But yes. So I will. I'm like, all right. And I'll stand up to shake his hand, or like step over to shake his hand. I was like probably like leaning on a pillar or something.
Yeah, he shakes your hand as he stands up and says, one of my men will stay at the library. He won't bother you. He'll be outside in plain clothes. When the job is done, he'll pass on a long payment to you.
Nice.
Sounds good.
He nods and says, I'll bid you good night.
And I'll just kind of like, give him a nod and then see him out.
Okay, so he leaves. So would you guys like to start planning now, or would you like to wait until the morning?
I mean, we can start planning now and then
Yeah,
start scouting
prob-
tomorrow. But I think
Yeah,
tomorrow
it's
night's our best bet.
Yeah, and so the kids are already sent out tomorrow morning to do the scouting at least. Because we don't have enough information to do anything stealthy. Like, does he frequent bars? Does he frequent strip clubs?
Yeah.
Does he swim in the river at night, etc.? Because we're not getting into the finance building.
Because that would be
until
really
it's-
convenient if he just happened to swim in the river at night. Just saying.
Yeah, yeah, but we're not doing it discreetly if we have to enter the finance building of some sort of ministry to
Well,
get him.
just add a character, Dean, because this is something that
Mhm.
I imagine we would have figured out in our recent couple of weeks. As business owners, would there be any paperwork or stuff that we should probably have gotten done at some point in the business bureau that we just haven't gotten around to?
Yes, I mean, they're not going to chase it up, but yes, there would have been certain things that need to be filed and certain things that need to be, stamped, rubber stamped.
Ooh,
Yeah.
bureaucracy.
Yeah. So I figure we can go in, potentially have some paperwork that has some, issues that we'll have to require a return trip, but use that as a point to get, say, Dennis in to do his sneaky sneak stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He seems to be, fairly good on disguises. Would we know from just just knowing that our red coats kind of allowed to kind of go through that building at all?
I would say they are. Yeah, I would say those definitely. They would pass through all the time. In fact, the only real method of authority allowed in such a place would probably be the redcoats. If there are no private militaries there or gangs or
Yeah. So, I mean, it'd be good in there because his bodyguards would probably be have to be, stationed somewhere not in, with access.
It's definitely
Is Dennis large enough to properly fit into the Red Guard uniform?
I mean, he's worn it before.
Yeah, and he
Okay,
can
fair.
always just stuff it up with stuff as well.
Yeah. I mean, he's skinny, but he's not like a
Yeah.
dwarf. It's
Yeah,
just
and
we
I
don't have
imagine
a red
there's-
coat.
There's
Sorry, go ahead.
female redcoats anyway as well, so probably there is small sizes.
There
I would imagine
there
Simon
just
has a
isn't.
bigger problem, being,
Yeah.
9 feet tall?
I'm not 9 feet tall. He's like 7 and change, I think. Is what I established.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, like that's what the last time we got red coat uniforms, Stangern did not fit into any of them, so he doesn't
Yeah.
have one that fits.
Yeah.
Let's see. So on the tower, I'm wondering if we could perhaps pay Ken to do a little bit of scouting at the same time. since at night. I mean, Ken's just around, isn't he? He kind of just hangs out around us, doesn't he? Or is he at
just
the
hangs.
farm?
He just hangs out. He just hangs out mainly with Dennis. But like he likes like hiding in clothes and stuff. You've seen him more than one occasion, like when you've gone to pick up a. You've seen a coat move on its own on more than one occasion along the floor. Like he likes wearing human clothes.
Yeah.
So yeah, like he's around. You have noticed as well. He does tend to. How do I put this? He disappears. He can vanish into smoke and then appear elsewhere, essentially. Within like 20, 30 feet, he can just go.
That's.
disappear.
I mean, for Sangren, that sounds cool and helpful. For me, that is horrifying.
Mhm.
A giant teleporting spider is like the worst thing I could ever imagine in my life.
And
You go to-
telepathic
you
too,
can-
yeah. So you can.
A telepathic teleporting spider.
Yeah.
You go to crush it, and it's not, and it's suddenly it's behind you, and oh god,
Yeah.
I'm getting the heebie-jeebies
Your
just
abilities
thinking
will
about it.
start.
So
I don't want to know
You
that.
have been trained in spirit watching and figuring out, what kind of spirits can do what. If he is some sort of spidery spirit, you can make the notion as well that he can choose his size. So
Don't tell me that.
He
So
can,
he can be bigger.
yeah, he
Oh
can
god.
he can choose what size he wishes to be.
That would probably be. I mean, no. I guess in just Sangren's general Blackcoat research, stuff like that would have come up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Well,
yeah, okay,
it would be in your
was
training,
fair. Yeah. So I was going to say Sangren wouldn't like that's a little academic, but no, it'd be in his training to be able to kill these kinds of things. So
Yeah. It depends on what type of spirit he is, but like, it stands a good chance that he chooses his form and he likes the spider form, and he chooses his size. So but not he can't just do it on a whim. There needs to be a reason for him to do it. He doesn't see any reason to be big and cumbersome, so he chooses not to be. Basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So Sangren is gonna, Sangren will call him over and ask him if he's up to scouting out there, and pay him in. I think his preferred was vodka, right?
Vodka, rum, but vodka, anything neat and clear.
Yeah. So he'll he'll offer him a, so we'll get, you get us some good information. I'll make sure that you get a bottle of vodka for your troubles.
If a spider can look at you with like suspicion, he looks at you and just says, "Define good."
Something that I would drink.
Oh no,
Like,
I mean define good information.
Ah, well. So I mean, you've heard what the job.
He says, like one of his forelegs actually rubs one where his chin would be. And goes, "I might have."
Just gonna kind of give him like a look, like, can.
Yeah, all right.
All right. So, so I think we can get ourselves in there tomorrow during the day and take a look around. But the more we know about where we need to look, the better. So if you can pinpoint where he's at, and that's the main that's the main goal. If you can find out more about, if he's got if you can overhear if he's got any plans to head out or anything like that, or even just where his guards are.
Mm-hmm.
Also, is Ken poisonous or venomous?
It again, he can choose to be.
Couldn't.
I'm not gonna ask Ken to, because Ken has so far been fairly non-violent, right?
Yeah. He's not tried to kill anyone or do anything.
Yeah,
He's a
in general, in
support
any
character.
fight. Yeah, in any fight, he's kind of hidden out. So, I like Sangren, I wouldn't say like Sangren is not necessarily fond of him, but he doesn't mind. He doesn't want to put him in any extra danger. Also, Sangren likes doing his jobs himself, sort of thing.
Okay. I was gonna say, because if Ken's venomous, surely all we need to do is just tell him to walk up, find him, bite him in the dead of night, and
Just have Ken do all of your hits for you.
Right. I mean, if Ken shows an interest in that kind of stuff in the future, then maybe we'll figure something out like that out.
Yeah.
But also, if
We probably
people
need
start
to make
dropping
him a
from
black
spider bites, if people start dropping from giant spider bites, I'm pretty sure if no one else, Arthek might have come up and have words with us, because he did tell Ken to stay out of trouble.
Fair enough.
We could train him to be a black coat, like officially.
Get him a little black coat.
Because black coats get like apprentices and stuff.
I mean, we could train him to keep himself alive more, but that'd be more up to his prerogative.
There have been spirits that have been deputized by the Blackcoats before. Very rare, but like 1 or 2 occasions in history, like there have been a spirit has been deputized temporarily as having Blackcoat powers.
So, well,
maybe if he shows more initiative.
I mean, for now, just let him, earn his vices and see if he wants to earn more vices in the future.
He nods, he nods and says, "All right, can I? It's raining though.
We can get you over there if you want to start, or if you want to wait till it stops raining. That's,
He just goes.
I just figure during the night is easier.
He just says, all right, I'm going. And he just like immediately disappears in a puff of smoke.
It's like even Sangren, who's comfortable with spiders, like, all right, that's still a little disconcerting. He does say that out loud. It's like, that's still a little disconcerting.
What time of day is it, by the way?
It is about 12 o'clock now, at midnight.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Because is this building a military? I assume it's not a military installation, other than the fact that there's.
It's not, but it can be locked down. It is a bridge, so it can be locked down pretty quickly.
I was going to go in the morning to the city records office, see if I can get a structural plan. We might want a map.
Well, there are
a government building.
Easily available maps, yeah.
I want architectural plans.
Okay, so they're going to be a bit harder to come by. So you're going to have to.
I'd have to go to the records office. And
you probably would, yeah, and be hefty bribe as well.
By the way, drop any of our stress?
You dropped all of it because in between sessions, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I was at 4 from the last one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will totally go in and totally go to the records office in the morning to pick those up.
Yeah, I'd probably go with him to pick up the kind of forms that I'm going to need to file and get 2 copies so that I can intentionally fuck up 1 copy so that, I can go there, then leave, and then come back and fix it.
That works.
So if we need to make a return trip for this particular, thing, we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll come in with a large book, make it look like I'm an accountant. There's one that's coming in with the bank records and stuff.
So we probably go in separately then. But
surely I come with, because you'd be the business owner and I would look like the accountant.
I figure you're trying to sneak in and get more.
Oh no,
information.
I was going to go to the records office legitimately and get.
I can do the sneaking then. I don't know, come in as an assistant or something.
Yeah, between the 2 of us, we can attract enough attention, especially since Sangren's, like we said, 7 and change.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we can do is So what are you going down there to do? So you're going down there to get the plans, obviously. So we can cut straight to that the next day. So there is a clerk sitting at the front desk. Looks incredibly bored. This is a registry office. It's not really anything that's made to last. and he's just filing through different reports and things like that. There are people coming and going from the registry office, the local registry office. There are business owners, there are tax collectors, there are just general people milling around. So what would you like to do? What would you like to say?
I'll go up to the desk and say, I'm an engineer from into Arundale. I've been contracted to investigate some structural faults in this building, because I assume we're in the Board of Trade.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been contracted for this building. Is there any chance I could get the plans? I need to check some of the cross members are still.
All right, we're going to need a persuasion roll, so that
Sure.
would be would be wits. And
Wits
also,
or presence or a bit of both?
I would actually go presence. Actually, presence would be the one.
Fucking hell.
So he.
What
he,
did you do?
He looks at you and says, I'm sorry. Who are you here to see? It was very, very irregular.
Did he use his wits to recover from that?
Well, let's see how he role plays it.
Yeah, it was a emergency order from upstairs. Seems like there's some leaking water pipes and serious structural faults. There've been some nasty big cracks up on the roof, apparently.
Okay, let me.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. So he says, right. And what was your name? Did you say?
Phil
Please
Bert.
lie about your name. God damn it.
So he says, well, Filberto, if you can wait there, I'll go and get my superior, and we'll check all this out. If that's all right with you. We can't have people poking around government buildings.
I'm gonna fuck off.
Okay. So you just walk away.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
I imagine that was enough distraction for Dennis to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dennis just walks straight past that entire thing. And just, so Dennis, what were you looking to do?
Well, did we get any intel from Ken or the kids by now?
Ken and the kids? No. They'll probably be tonight when they get back.
Okay, do I know where the guy's room is?
As in,
We're not right now. This is early morning. We're not in the actual Tower Bridge building right now.
you're in just a local
Okay.
government building looking for.
Yeah, this is us
government
trying to get plans for the Tower Bridge building.
Oh, okay, that sounds incredibly impossible.
Well,
But
you've now snuck into the building.
Okay, do the people here wear any sort of uniform?
Say that again. Sorry, you broke up a little bit.
Do the people here in this office wear uniforms of any sort?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Well, then I try to sneak into the changing room and change into one of their uniforms.
All right. So we're gonna need a sneaking roll. So that's swiftness.
Not
Okay.
skullduggery. Normally.
Skullduggery. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, that's a little bit better. Actually, not, because 1 and 0 is the same amount of dice. So, no.
So what one person does, like, bump into you and says, I'm sorry, can I help you? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm actually a new hire here, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to be doing.
He says, okay, yeah. I'm actually the shift manager for most of the onboard staff. What's your name?
Derek.
Derek. Doesn't ring a bell. Tell you what, just come with me.
This is awkward. So the message isn't coming yet. I'm like just transferred.
Oh, right. Where did you transfer from?
From up north.
Right.
Close to the capital. I was a provincial place. They had a
You
bit
would
too
know
many
the
people
names of
sent me here.
Dennis would know the name of a city.
I'd guess just a city a bit south of the capital, and would say, oh, there was a lot of applicants here. They sent me down here, gave me a bit of a premium for that.
It's all the way down here. Oh well, that's quite a way. Roll presence check for me.
I do imagine they don't get a lot of applicants here.
Okay, so he says, I'll tell you what, a bit irregular. I'm gonna check all this out. But here is the key to the to the locker room. It'll get you in and out. You can just get your uniform on, and I'll come back and retrieve you in a minute. All right?
I'll find some sort of superior for now to tell me some odd job, bring stuff, send stuff.
Good.
While this is happening. See you in a bit.
So he walks off and he kind of hurries away to try and check this out. So I'm trying to check I take it you're gonna go in and just throw on some clothes.
Yeah. Do I find like an extra set of clothes if possible?
Yes, you will. There are changes of clothes in there. You can slip into.
Okay, so if I find something in Filberto's size as well, because he will come check on me in a few minutes, but he will not check on. They don't know Filberto that much yet, I guess. So I'm gonna take an additional set of clothes to change in for Filberto.
Okay, cool. Now, what do you want to do with it?
Well, I mean, you could always just not be there when he gets back.
Yeah, but he's probably gonna then start searching. That's the idea. That I'm gonna first probably bring the clothes, like maybe put them in a box, give them to Filberto, and then I'm gonna try to actually enter the archive and look for all the stuff for the plans. Wait, I can't look for the plans because the whole eye stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have. Well, I mean, if you get Filiberto in a uniform, then he can look for the plans, and you can keep everyone distracted.
Yeah, and I'll act as I'll just do the normal work.
Mm-hmm.
All right, just remember to tell Filiberto. Oh,
yeah, I'm go to Filiberto, tell him about the stuff, and go do like normal work, just to distract all the managers and like workers and stuff. Maybe like ask their help. Oh, how do you stamp that, etc.
Okay. So, cool. So, are you gonna put the thing on yourself? You're gonna put it on yourself?
One on myself and one in like a box and for Filberto.
Okay. So yeah, you've got one in a you find like a little container, a little box, and you throw on the clothes. Are you gonna hurry out now and go find Filberto?
Yep.
All right. So you can do that. There's no problem. You're now wearing the clothes, and no one's gonna really look at you twice. You stride out of the building, and Filberto's looking very sheepish. He's like hiding around a corner, thinking that the fuzz are gonna be onto me any second now because he's. So what are you saying to him?
I tap him like on the back and, sir, we're ready to process your order.
Sorry, just reading the chat. It's quite funny. For the love of God, stop telling people your real name. Hello, I'm Filberto, and I'm going to murder everybody in this room.
Usually you say
that was my evil twin brother, Filberto. Yeah. I'm just Berto.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. Oh, interesting. Thanks. What's this? I'm just gonna fake interest, like I'm surprised about this delivery.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna open the box and see what it is and go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice one. Thanks.
We're expecting something more grand.
Yeah. And I'll hand you a couple of shillings for your time.
Hey, look up, old man. It's me, Dennis. Put this on and go into the archives pretending to be a worker. I'll try to distract the real workers.
Oh yeah, fair enough. No, I knew that. I was just trying to play along in public.
You guys are terrible.
I like when Filberto tries to act like a normal human. It's just so uncanny valley. It's just like yes, fellow human. I am Phil. Yeah, that's really cool. So are you gonna throw on the clothes, Filberto? Or are you gonna just...
Yeah, I'm gonna throw them on.
Okay, you throw them on, and so you guys can let's do some rolls of you in the building now.
Okay.
So I need Skulldog rerolls from you both. I need 3 from Filberto. Actually, no, 5 from Filberto because the people are looking out for him, and 5 from Dennis too.
Should I just roll 5d6 or 1d6 5 times?
What? Just roll 5d6. It's fine.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because Dennis only gets 1. Okay.
Dennis only gets 1. That's why he has to roll 5d6 instead.
Oh, I see. Fair enough. So I have. I'll roll another.
Disregard that and do 4d6.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Oh, no,
Just-
that's
I'll
fine.
just
You
add
can
them.
keep that one now. So now roll 4d6 2 times. Oh.
Oh no!
Done.
It started
That's
off really
3.
well.
Oh, was it? How many did you need me to
And
do?
one more
One more.
4d6.
Okay.
So,
Both.
you do find the plans. We can just skip to that.
Yeah.
You do find the plans, but you are accosted by somebody at the front desk who says, "I'm sorry. Aren't you the repairman who was asking about going up onto the roof?
Yeah.
Why?
No.
Why? Why are you wearing? Why are you wearing our uniforms? Did they give you a uniform?
Yeah, it did. Somebody from upstairs did.
Okay, we're gonna need a presence roll here, and it's gonna need to be a decent one.
Let me check my present stat. It actually is. Okay.
Okay. One success. So he says, you know what? I don't have time for this. I've got work to do. Just carry on. Just carry on. No problem. Just carry on.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your day. You must be dealing with some idiots on front desk today.
He says, like you wouldn't believe. And he walks off. And he's just done with this shit. He's a bureaucrat. He's just absolutely done with this shit.
And to be fair, I'm not in anywhere that's really horrifically secure.
Mm.
It's just like I'm just in the records office. It's just like you shouldn't be here, but it's not horrifically illegal.
Exactly. So I'm thinking you have the plans. You guys are heading home. We can take a quick break there. And we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes, and then we should be going on till about 10. Yeah. So,
Okay.
Fair enough.
so I'll see you in a few minutes.
No.
Right.
You're not muted, Dean.
He's probably disconnected from his headset.
Yep. But apparently it's all paid for, guys. Just so we know.
Yep. The money's in the bag.
Dean got his drugs.
Yep. Sounds like he's ordered takeaway.
I mean, they do take away drugs nowadays. Well, they do here. Do they not do it over there? Yeah.
Not yet, no.
No, like literally, my friend delivers for a marijuana company. That's his job. They order it onto the app, and he drives up with fucking weed.
Wow, that is so. That is so 21st century. That's a 21st century way of doing it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, there are so many companies that it's actually pretty competitive.
Can you get it on like DoorDash or something like that?
Not on, well, it's not actually DoorDash, but they have their own apps. I don't know if you know what, that actually is a decent idea. I might try to do like a DoorDash style app for weed that gets a bunch of the companies together.
Yeah.
go. Awesome. Is everyone back?
Yep.
Yeah, we've been talking about, shootings, stabbings, and liquor.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Not at the same time.
that's Blackcoats for you.
You get in character too much.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
Oh yeah, the pictures I put in the. Some dude, I'm pretty sure he just let his car roll down. It took out one of the posts. This was just last night,
Oh wow, Jesus.
Damn.
and you could 100% tell that it was this dude's car because you could just see a very nice square bit of white.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's carry on. So, you guys have the plans to the building, or to the buildings. Both of the towers seem eerily the same. Obviously, similar towers, twin towers. There is how do I put this? A staging area for the Redcoats on the first floor. On the second floor are the actual offices of Imperial Commerce themselves, which is where meetings go down, where trade deals are hatched for the Dominion and the Duskfall Empire and all of the companies and things like that are going to be a part of Imperial trade. And of course the top floors are the offices, and above those on the fourth floor, only accessed by a service elevator, are the private suites and apartments for dignitaries and kings and queens and anyone who visits.
Fair enough.
It looks like there's a complement of around 500 redcoats in each building. So
God.
around 1,000, all in all. This is the center of Imperial trade, so it's not, it's not a lightly defended building. There are ships that moor down at the docks, and their goods are taken off and sent up to one of the two toll bridges, one of the two toll booths that are then all commerce is checked, itemized. Actually, every single book is copied. It's taken away to be copied. That is brought through for the library. Not this one, obviously. So what are you guys looking for on these maps of the buildings that you're going to infiltrate?
I want to look for possible rooms, stateroom, basically entry, exit.
Okay.
Like service entrances, stuff like that.
There
Sewer grates.
There
all that
are
on the
many
signal.
sewer grates. There are many. It's take your pick time, essentially. There are ones near the water line, which are basically refuse lines. But you think with a grappling hook or some climbing tools, you could probably get up. It's not going to be a nice climb. It is a refuse pipe, after all. But it will lead you to, the main sewerage underneath the building, and then it's just a ladder climb away from a manhole inside one of the buildings. Or there are other entrances. There are the main obvious entrances. So there's doors into and out of the keep, or keeps plural. There are certainly areas above ground. There are windows to these two towers. There are complete windows. So yeah, like it is basically a choice that take your pick. It's your guys' decision to tell me how you want to infiltrate this building.
Well, I did get the paperwork I needed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in 2 copies, so I can kind of go in, fuck it up, kind of potentially get be enough of a presence in the room that Dennis and Phil. Well, my idea was, I go in to do my paperwork, right?
Mm-hmm.
File it, and just be enough of a presence in the room, that that the redcoats are distracted enough that Dennis and Filiberto, disguised as redcoats, could get in without anybody really paying them any mind, so that they can kind of do a look-see-loo.
Mm-hmm.
And we're hoping Ken is going to come back with where the guy is.
Mm-hmm.
so that they can, when they go in, they can look in the general direction of where he is.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna go looking after we've left for a bottle of distilled vodka. You know, proper high quality shit.
Okay.
Or-
I'm going to say that you
I-
find
I'd
that.
have-
There's going to be
yeah.
no real reason why you can't find it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, when are you guys heading down? Do you think when are you guys going to head down there?
Probably like afternoon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, just because we want it to be busy enough that that it'll be easier for them to slip in
Mhm.
and blend in and out of the crowds.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I want to stand out, but I want them specifically not to stand out.
Okay.
Is it ever typical that redcoats cover their face?
No, not really. No.
Okay, fair enough.
No.
Just get a fake beard like I do.
That could do. I could also remove my glasses and, don a fake mustache.
Yeah. Fake tan maybe.
Nah. that's a
Before
bit
we do leave, I'm gonna kind of take Filiberto and say, "All right, let's come up with a name for you to use. Someone asks you that's not Filiberto."
Lucian.
No, that's who we're looking for. That's gonna just make
Actually,
things
yeah,
weird.
that is actually. That's just an inadvertent. Fabrice.
What?
Fabrice.
Sorry.
Okay.
Let's avoid names that start with the same letter as yours.
Okay.
It's like you're trying to, you're
Nah,
trying
it's easier to remember that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Emiliano.
Emiliano, can you?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of looking at it like, you're gonna remember that, Emiliano?
Yeah.
Like not being like mean to him, just kind of
No.
like, you just honestly like, you're gonna remember to say that instead of Filbert.
That's fine. Emiliano di Valentia.
Yep.
It sounds very Italian.
That sounds about right to me. Sounds good.
Which, given
Okay.
I am Valentian, would kind of fit.
Yeah. Wait. Di Valento, isn't that gonna be like royal family?
No, it just
It
means
would
of Valentia. It means just of
Okay.
Valentia. So you can like Geralt of Rivia, you can.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure, because every once in a while, when you got people named after the
Oh, yeah.
country.
Yeah, but there's a difference between when I say of and just
Rather
saying
than just Emiliano Valentia.
Yeah.
Okay.
thing. I'm just basically saying of Valentia.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I forgot that. Well, okay, cool. Sangern probably might not. Well, no, I guess Sangern would have known that.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah. Never mind. As we were.
Alrighty. So, you guys, are you heading out now to enact your plans?
I mean,
Say
if it's
we can wait for Ken.
Did the kids say anything useful?
They haven't got back yet, but you assume that they will meet you on the way in the streets. They can
Yeah.
track anybody.
Oh, okay.
But nothing
Yeah,
from
very-
Ken yet.
No.
Well, hopefully we can find him out there. We'll just keep an eye out.
Okay.
Maybe just shake a vodka bottle. He might just teleport in.
Did you actually do that?
Sure, let's shake a vodka bottle. Maybe he'll teleport
So
in.
he appears in a puff of black smoke, like literally nearby, and he says, "Did someone?" And he's just like looking around, like, "Hey, did someone say something?"
I mean, literally, Sangren is just like frozen. Like he doesn't have a weird look on his face. He's just 100% frozen. Like what? He can't process what just happened.
We got your present.
Oh, great! And he comes over and just climbs up and goes, "Pour us some then."
Yeah, I'll.
Well-
I given that I guess he doesn't have any mouth, I think I'll just sprinkle it on him.
Well, no, he either bites in the bottle or does a dish, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. In a dish, then I'll put it in a little dish.
Okay, so he starts drinking, and he says, "So, top stuff. So, right. He's staying in Tower 2. I have some good news and some bad news, though. Good news,
Oh, it's here.
staying in Tower 2. Also good news, he'll be there all 3 days. Also good news, he doesn't tend to leave his staterooms. He doesn't like the Dominion very much. Bad news, I don't know which one Tower 2 is.
Well, I assume we can pull out the plans and check that.
Yeah, assume so.
No, I mean, he could point out the state. Would he be able to point out the stateroom on the map?
Well, yeah, he crawls over to it and taps it with one of his 4 legs. Yeah, this is the one. 4th floor. But it's only a service elevator goes up there for security reasons, obviously. I wasn't able to get
Really?
any
Let's
closer.
check thoroughly.
Well, you know.
How many guards has he got?
Well, a lot of red coats all along the place, and his own got complement of guards. I'd say about 30 to 40, maybe. Look mean looking as well.
Fair enough. His room got many windows?
I didn't get into his room. I've been on the floor though. The floor's got loads of windows.
Interesting. Well, you never know. A lot of well placed.
So well, I mean, if we got, without blowing up the building, if we got in, if we're in the building, and we set up, a grappling point up to his window, we could then, get up to his window at night without drawing any real suspicion. You guys with the red coat uniforms.
Grappling hooks, red coat uniforms in the middle of the city in one of the busiest areas.
Well, that's
I
the thing
think
is,
the service elevator seems like a safer bet.
well, then the trick is if we can just get to the floor below him and only have the one floor to go up to. My problem with the front door is the 60 odd people we'd have to get through potentially.
Yeah, but that's less suspicious than climbing the side of a building, especially in a busy area like that.
How tall is the tower?
You're looking at around 200 feet, 300 feet.
Yeah, so if we're wearing dark clothes at night, there's almost no way for people to see us, right?
Okay, first of all, we have 3 days, so we should go with that. He has to order food from somewhere, considering he stays in 3 days the same place and it's not an actual hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're not wrong.
first day we could do a food delivery to see actually how to get there, and then the second day we could actually follow. And honestly, we could actually just poison the food that is getting delivered to him.
He doesn't have a tester, but no, I'm not saying we go into tonight. Today, I think we just go in, in the uniforms and have a look around. You two go in uniforms, have a look around.
Yeah, we'll see how far we get, and if we get him, then good. If not, go home.
Just, if you make noise in there, the chances of the two of you getting away safely is in the middle of the day is not great.
Well, there's a river. We can always jump through the window.
Is that river safe to swim in?
There are sharks, but in general, you have to be very unlucky to dive in and then be eaten or attacked or anything.
Considering the slide incident.
Yes. So don't drink it, but yeah, you can swim in it.
And hide a small boat underneath the bridge, just in case. But I feel like that's just assuming everything goes wrong.
Well, but that's why I think if you see an opportunity to get this done quietly, Sanger's just gonna keep emphasizing quietly. For obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
To get this done quietly, then take it. But for now, let's just assume that today is just 100% reconnaissance.
Okay.
Cool. So, you guys are gonna head out.
Yep.
Towards the tower.
Yeah.
As you're
let's go to the
walking,
two
Dennis,
towers.
as you're walking, one of your urchins approaches and slips something into your hand as you're walking, and walks away.
Well, we'll hand it to Fulberto because it's probably something you
Fair enough.
need eyes for.
Okay.
So it is a key
Mm-hmm.
with a note.
Mm-hmm.
You can't read it; it's in cipher.
So now I need to
Interesting.
get the kid.
No, well, Dennis, you can read it, but you gave it to Fulberto, so he's probably going to be like, "What the,
Yeah.
Oh,
You-
okay.
I will whisper the message, the ciphered message to.
Yeah, you don't know it, but like, yeah, you can pass it back to him. Be like, what?
Yeah. I would just recant the letters I see
Oh, okay.
on it.
So
to
it looks like
Dennis.
a strange runic language.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, fair enough.
No, it's not really something you can make out.
Interesting. It's interesting that Dennis, who can't read.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
It
like
could be
I'll
raised,
see.
like it could be like crayon or like a thick wax, so it's like a raised ink.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, even if he's completely blind, he'd be able to read it like Braille.
I'll hand it to Dennis and say, maybe you can make better sense of this than I can.
Okay, I make somehow sense of this. Try to look closely.
So you
Try
do
to
you
hand.
we covered last time. You do have a runic language with the kids that you're able to
Oh, yeah, right.
to do little things, and we did it as well with Sangun's hand gestures with his Blackcoat trainer. So it literally just says, swipe this from Captain of Guards, opens grate at bottom of Tower 1.
Well, that will be useful. But no, it won't be because the thing is in Tower 2.
Yeah, but
I mean, they're connected, right?
yeah, they're connected by the bridge. So if it might help you maybe bypass the checkpoints going in, where they're checking, do you have official business, sort of a thing.
So we go in Tower 1, then go underneath to the elevator in Tower 2. And we either
Yeah.
pretend to be bread coats or food delivery. Like, that's the two options.
Surely.
I mean,
one
in
of
all
us-
honesty, when we go in, you could go with the two of you as redcoats escorting me. If we're already in there, then no one's going to question the two of you escorting somebody, right?
No.
That does seem a bit nonsensical. Police only escort really criminals.
No. They also escort as guards.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
Yeah.
in that area.
If you're in a secure building, not necessarily, both as guards and to make sure that they're going where they're supposed to go.
So, you guys are talking as you're moving, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you actually are you can see the Tower Bridge now. You've been walking for about 2 or 3 hours, and you can see there are carts rattling past you. There are horse-drawn wagons rattling past you as well. There are people riding back and forth. There are messengers riding back and forth. There are government buildings to the left and right of you. As you're moving out of the Ambane Port District, you can actually see the city itself comes into view in front of you. And it doesn't seem like there's an end to it. It just keeps going. And you can see far, far, far in the distance is the Imperial Palace of New Corinth, where the Shrouded Council meet. And you can see the Tower Bridge is bisecting the river that runs inland. And it's not that far away. It's another hour walk probably. But this main thoroughfare is very, very, very busy with traffic. People coming and going, traders shouting their wares or needing to get from place to place. And after another hour, you are at the banks of the river. So you're not at the Tower Bridge yet. You're at the banks of the river. And it is up to you where you go from here. You're looking at Tower 1, and Tower 1 is to your left, and obviously further up the hill. It's up to you. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna save the red coat uniform and put it in a bag. So
Okay.
wearing some other crap rags or whatever.
Mhm.
I
I
want to be
mean-
able to discard if we climb the sewer grate
Mhm.
I want to have I want to wear rags while we're in the sewer, because then we can discard them. And...
That's not going to be today.
Okay.
No,
Okay,
like
so
like I
just-
said, the plan for today was literally the two of you are just going around in a uniform to, I guess, check out the sewer grate we'd come up in, and get to and kind of check out the floor of Tower 2.
Okay.
You're just as redcoats 100%.
Yeah, no, it's...
Just kind of
okay.
coming in the front door, because since nothing is
Yeah.
bad, we're not going to do anything bad today. You guys can just go, and
Yeah.
the fact that but what Sangern was going to do is, since he doesn't have a red coat uniform, was going to kind of come in the front and like very menacingly walk up to the desk and then start going over the paperwork he needs to turn in.
Okay, so we just walk around trying to like find stuff out.
Yeah, so basically he wants to look as big and as opposing as possible up until he sets the paperwork down, so that you guys can kind of go in while all the attention's on him.
Mhm.
And then once he starts doing the paperwork, just be super like civil about it. It's like this giant dude walks in and it's like just like, I'm here about this. I've got my business. I need to set up the registration for my business. So if we could
All right, let's do it. Yeah. So you stride in, you're right in the front door. I'm guessing you got your papers. You're just waltzing in. Are you being escorted by your two redcoat friends, or are
no?
they...
I wanted them separate so that they can, like, basically as soon as I'm in the door and the eyes are on me, they can kind of just go through.
Okay.
Checkpoint with minimal attention paid to their face.
So there's like a portcullis building before you actually get to the main building, the main tower, and you stride in and you can see there's a clerk on the front desk, and he even sees you, and you can see like in his inner soul the bureaucrat in him going, "Oh, it's gonna be a long day." He's just and said, "Yes, sir. Please come here. What can I do you for?"
And so I'm gonna like stride up, like slowly, like almost like a predatory like cat sneaking, like coming up to something it's about to eat. Before just to make sure everybody's watching me, make sure I don't actually try to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
So that the two of them can get through while everyone's wondering if I'm going to try to kill people.
Okay, so you're looking furious. Do a presence roll for me. See if they can.
Oh, that's not great.
No, and add 4 dice because of your strength and your giant thing.
Actually, I have the giant, which gives me extra to intimidation.
Oh well, there you go. Yeah, you use that. Use that. That's fine.
Oh, let's see. That starts out as just, let's see, 1 to presence intimidation. That'll give me 2 dice. See what we say.
You don't need very many successes then. Yeah, it's fine. So yeah, you're doing much of a good job. So what are you gonna say to this guy when you go there?
Well, I basically as
I know you're forming a distraction. I just want to know what you're saying to him.
So as I get up to him, I'm gonna say I'm here about, and then kind of put my hand, like kind of put the papers flat with my palm over them. This, and then if that's been enough time for them to get through, then I'm just gonna sit down and be super civil and say, so I've got a bar and I've opened it for district.
Yeah. So that's fine. So Filberto and Dennis, you can get through quite easily. You can walk straight through. You are redcoats.
I'm going to try to avoid direct eye contact with the clerk on the...
Of course, yeah. So
that shouldn't be hard.
You guys walk through. You see a few redcoats around. They don't really look at you. They're just getting on with things, and they're talking to a few customers as well. In the room you're in, it is a very large room. Almost looks like a chamber, and here there are lots and lots of desks with clerks behind them, checking over inventory, checking over things that are coming and going into the port and out of the port. There are a few angry merchants, shouting and trying to get their rate of taxes down, things like that. What are you looking to do from in here? On the other side, you can see a portcullis that is closed. That leads to the bridge itself, and then beyond the bridge, you can see the other tower.
So we're in Tower 1, yeah?
You're in Tower 1, yeah.
Is the portcullis closed?
Yes.
Across the bridge?
Yes.
Is it normally closed?
You wouldn't know that. Maybe not. No one seems panicked about it, so...
Okay, the
Okay.
smart decision seems to be to walk up to someone and say, I have orders to get to the tower 2.
Yeah.
Could the callers be opened?
Okay, presence roll, please. You're gonna go.
Oh.
You're gonna go up to another red coat, or you're gonna go up to a clerk.
Well, who would seem like he's responsible for this?
There are 2 red coats standing by the portcullis controls, so you could try and do that.
I guess we both do it.
Yeah. All right. So, Filberto's air of easy arrogance and sort of dismissive air gets the guy's attention, and he says, "Oh, you're going out on patrol,
Yeah. Patrol 04.
right? Well,
We just come from base.
all right. Well, watch it. It's quite windy today. All right, and some of the railings have been taken away on the left-hand side, so don't be falling into the water. Or it'll be the last thing you bloody well do. All right."
Yeah, no worries. I don't
So-
need a swimming lesson today.
So he presses a button, and you can hear the steam mechanics as the portcullis grinds and screams open upwards, and you guys duck through onto the bridge.
Fair enough.
So what are you guys looking to do now? The wind is quite buffered here. It is a very wide bridge, and it is large enough for, say, 3 wagons to pass abreast of each other down this thoroughfare.
Really?
And on the left-hand side, you can see halfway down the bridge, the railings are all gone. So it'd be very easy to drop off and fall into there, and it wouldn't be well, you'd die.
Yeah.
So
You'd be falling into the river, right?
yeah, but it is a 400-foot drop, so you're gonna be you're gonna be deaded when you hit the wall. It's like falling off of the Golden Gate Bridge, essentially.
Okay, so let's make sure to walk in the middle.
Yeah. Why is it in such a state of disrepair?
You can only wind, natural causes can do it. They might have just happened last night. There is tape around it. Red.
They might have just accidentally hit the wagon into the side of the railing.
Maybe the previous assassins tried the blowing up the bridge idea.
Fair enough. I thought this was like some critical thoroughfare. That's what I was like. I was a bit surprised.
No. Only for official business.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to get in with large shipments, get from one part of the city to the other, you've got to pass this bridge. So, there are a few people milling around on the bridge. There are workmen who are tending to the bridge, and a few of them are surveying the damage done to the bridge. And there are a few wagons passing up and down. There is one already halfway across. So these have obviously been cleared and sent through the portcullis already, going towards Tower 2. At the top of Tower 2, you can see there are beacon lights. It acts as a lighthouse. So there are beacon lights on top of it. And you can see, as the sun is starting to go down, you can see the staterooms at the top. The amber lights coming from those rooms are quite bright, whereas everywhere else is quite dull and dark as you walk over. So what are you guys looking to do? Are you looking to do anything on the bridge, or are you looking to wait until you get to the other side?
I was going to just inspect some of the damage
Okay.
on the bridge. I was going to just maybe have a light chat with the workmen, see what's all this. Just act surprised because I've seen the damage looks quite recent.
Yeah. He says, strong winds and time, my friend. Strong winds and time. But don't worry, we'll have it up and running. None of you are going to fall off. As long as you're not stupid about it.
Has anyone already tried?
What, falling off?
Yeah.
Don't be stupid.
No one with a death wish?
He looks at you up and down and says, no.
Good. Good. That's how it should be.
Yeah,
Carry on.
He goes, he eyes you suspiciously and goes back to I'm getting a feel like Filberto's trying to be suspicious.
Yeah.
So he goes away and starts doing his own thing. But you can see the actual damage. Do a witch roll for me to see if you can get the damage. You can see what the damage came from. Yeah, it looks like the railings were all rusted away through time and wear, and a gust of wind or maybe something even blew into it and took them all away.
Go on.
Yeah, no, that was it. That was it.
The reason I was asking is there... So on a bridge, there's probably like a truss or a lower deck.
Yes,
There
there is.
isn't technically a proper part of the bridge. And I was saying, can you see that?
Yes, you can.
Cool, because that could be a potential escape route.
Mhm.
That
So
was why I was studying the bridge.
Yeah, so
much.
you're making it. So make a note of that yourself. If
Yeah.
you want to get away, there is an under bridge under the bridge essentially.
Yeah.
For workmen to go underneath and work on things down there. You can actually make out a winch lift, which goes to the water line and back up again. So you can only suggest that's to get materials from a boat onto the winch lift and then up on underneath the where if anything needs to be repaired.
Cool.
All right. So, you guys head on over the bridge. Would you like to just get to the other side, or would you like to do anything else?
No, I think
I
that's...
think we can just walk over. It's
Okay.
fine, there's not much to do on a bridge.
So the portcullis here is already open and is receiving that carriage that you saw going across before. Down
So
here,
it does make sense that it tomorrow will be open fully, or
it should be. I mean, it'd be a request. You can, just by requesting it, you can get it to open probably. But there's nothing scheduled for tomorrow to not have it open, so it should be fine. There are lots of redcoats here, milling around. You can see this. It's almost like a break room. Like they're all down here. Some of them are eating stew. Some of them are drinking from mugs. As the sun goes down and the shifts are changing, you can see them. General feeling of merriment. And there are lots of clerks passing the spiral staircases that head up further into the tower to where the offices are. And way above that, you can only assume is where the state offices are. There is, down here, you can see the lift, the supply lift to the upper floors. If you can look at it, you can see that it only goes to the 4th floor and back again. It doesn't stop anywhere else, and it is always under guard. So there are 2 or 3 guards standing nearby.
Fair enough. Do we...
check the shifts for those 3 or 4 guards standing
Yeah, I was
guard.
going to say.
They are changing, and they're about to change. So they're talking to 2 other guards who are coming over, and they look a lot more stern-faced than the rest of them, as they assume their duties of watching over this doorway.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should probably look up all the schedules because this seems too organized for us to just pretend we're there for the scheduling. What is sent up the lift? Like what stuff is being sent up and down? Can we spend time in the break room and for a bit of time observe what's going up and down?
Yeah. So you can see that there are foodstuffs being brought up. There's wine. There's even 1 or 2 people going up and down, mainly for meetings and things like that. And then you do actually see, at this moment, Lucian Calfrey descending in the lift, and he walks out into the main room, and he has a real look of absolute distaste on his face, and he is gesticulating wildly at some of the guards, pointing at a bottle of brandy that he has. And you can hear him in his very caustic Duskfall accent. And
I stole the brand, didn't it?
yeah, he says, "This is completely unacceptable." And he's just pointing at this bottle. He says, "This is only 2 years old. Take it." And he slams it down. "You drink this swill. Bring me the finest. I paid for the finest. I'm giving you people good deals." And he looked furious.
Okay, I rush over there and I'm like, "We're sorry. Do you have any specific requests? We will not spare any pennies just to make up to you this embarrassment," stuff like that. Customer service voice.
He looks at you and says, Cartagen red. Cartagen red. Should be more than 10 years old."
As you order, sir. We will bring it up latest tomorrow, possibly by today evening.
Now.
I'm okay.
Okay.
It's gonna be up right away. Okay, and then Dennis just runs off back to the first tower.
Yeah,
He
I
just
will
shakes his
follow
head
Dennis.
and says, he just muttering to himself, and he goes back to the lift, and the lift starts ascending.
Okay, and we have a way to poison him now. Now time to get some very expensive wine
Or
from
deliver
somewhere.
it. We can also deliver it.
How we took the only order to get it.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's the thing is, since you guys were sent to get it, you could bring it right up to his room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the idea, but we need to get the wine first.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. I assume
So-
we'd know a few wine merchants that would.
I don't know. Do you know any wine merchants?
We'd have
well,
met
merchants
some.
on the dock.
We do know one person, which is a noble from the same country. That's the guy who runs the guys from the port. I don't remember what we call the
Yeah, I was
horrible
gonna say.
bastards.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah,
was a
but I
noble.
mean, we also had contacts from when we got the alcohol for our pub. We do have some finer bottles, like for instance the Black Widow bottle. So we would have some contacts for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys happy to head back now? And
Yeah.
all right.
Now we need to rush to get wine within an hour or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be a couple of hours to get back to the hideout.
Oh, that's no good. What about locally or something? Maybe see where ships dock and stuff. Maybe we can get it directly
Well,
from
would your kids be able to find us a spot?
Possibly.
We could buy it. I mean, like, I think at this point, like, Sangern would. So I assume you guys have met Sangern outside and filled him in.
We
Like,
don't need to give him the wine he wants. He will only find out once we already driven up to deliver it.
Yeah, that's
yeah, but if he makes a scene in front of his guards, it's going to cause, it's going to make it hard, if he gets poisoned, if we do poison him or something, well, he won't. First of all, he won't drink it. Then we'd have to fight him and all of his guards. So I think
Okay,
better
fair
if we
enough.
can find
Let's
this
get the
particular
fancy
bottle.
wine.
Yeah.
So Sangern has an idea, and he kind of relays it to you that he'll change clothes so that he looks a little bit more gentrified and a little bit less like, so that he can come in, sort of like hand delivering the bottle, so that the two of you could lead him through.
Okay.
Now I will ask you: do you want a lethal poison, or do you want a non-lethal poison?
Or an assassination.
Well, the non-lethal would be able to, get him easier to deal with, or or potentially out of his room.
Yeah.
An emetic, basically.
Yeah, an emetic. Yeah, I was thinking the hitman emetic poison.
Or, we can just, have him killed. But the problem is, there's been enough of the sight of our faces.
Bring a disguise.
Yeah, well, if we all are disguised as we go up, that's one thing. But I mostly want to be there in case something goes wrong. I can even jump off at an earlier floor, and then potentially we can find another way up.
Yeah.
I think one thing we could potentially do is, instead of necessarily having a straight assassination, is just have him disappear. If you guys.
So we kidnap him, basically.
Well, I mean, no, I mean, I do mean to kill him, but because I don't want to. We get him out of there and then kill him elsewhere, so
Makes
that
sense.
there's
So we
less.
drag him, and then it's like
Yeah.
we say, "Oh, the great man wanted to personally thank the winemaker because it was so great." And he just drank or high, and we just get him out. That's the idea. But then, but if we already have him out, we should always get him for the farm. So we can decide that later. The farm is far away. He won't run away this time.
It's also the middle of the day. It's getting him to that farm in the middle of the day, where people know him well.
Nobody knows a person inside a bag.
You're not going to get a body-sized bag out of the tower without anyone raising an eyebrow.
How tall
Yeah,
is
but-
the tower, by the way?
About 200, 300 feet.
Fair enough. And that's to the water line.
No, that's the ground.
Okay.
So
very
I mean,
tall
let me like in more detail. My idea was this: we go up, we deliver the bottle of wine, potentially get him to take a drink and get drowsy and such, right? And then he usually is alone in his stateroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then we'd potentially like open up a window and lower down a rope, head down a floor, head back up, and chuck him out the window.
Yeah.
Right. But after everyone has seen he's still in his stateroom and we've all left,
Yeah.
then we come back around, chuck him out the window. Right. Close the
we
window.
Fake a suicide, but
Yeah.
that seems way more convoluted than just poisoning him and pretending it's a heart attack. I'm sure Fulberto can find some unconventional poisons which won't be detected later.
Yeah, that works.
I mean, we have them in modern times. It seems way less convoluted
Well,
than.
that's why we'd also empty the bottle. So
Yeah.
he got himself drunk and fell out his window.
Yeah, but the whole climbing part, and that just seems like unnecessary risk when it can just be drink the poison.
Well, I mean, how confident are you that no one will be able to detect that it was poison?
Well, that one's for Fulberto.
And and especially since there's going to be some sort of record of the bottle having been bought. Then we also have we have to give him the bottle, get him
Yeah, the
poisoned.
record will be on the redcoats. So at most we fake it so that the redcoats assassinated a guy.
Yeah.
That's fair. They're not huge fans. Well, we can. I mean, yeah, okay, but just make sure it's a slower acting poison, so we have time to not be there anymore.
Yeah,
I still think that if we can get that window open, just so that we can have a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay. That sounds like a decent plan. So first of
Yeah.
all, though, you need the wine. That's number one.
Yes.
So
I think.
how are we looking at getting in that?
Well, I think we've got his little spy ring that can
I think
hopefully
best
find
it would
one
be
out.
to split up at first so we can search quicker.
Okay. So you're gonna go and get one of your urchins to or at least spread the word that you need this bottle.
Yeah, all of the urchins go get to work.
Okay.
And
So
Sangren should go to the suppliers and Filberto to the horrible bastards guy.
If they find it, well, the horrible bastards are also on the other side of town, right?
Yeah.
mhm.
That's going to be like the whole couple of hours thing. So we're
It
probably
is.
going to have to legitimately source this.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Or at
I'm
least find a place that legitimately sells it and then source it.
I'm gonna roll some dice for them, for the urchins. Okay, I'm gonna do it again.
Dennis is like Batman, except his tool belt is just children.
Good God.
No, bad Filberto.
No,
Not like
I was
that.
just saying a tool belt with its children. I'm like, jeez.
Yes, I know, not like that. He's got, when they say it's like, in the movies, and it's like, oh, I need this. It's like, oh, I got a guy for that.
Yeah.
Except his guy for that is always some random child.
Okay,
Yeah.
so an hour or two later, you guys are back in Tower 1, because that's how the urchins can get to you. One of the urchins does come up and he gives you, Dennis, an empty bottle of Cartagin Red. He says, right now, this is all I could get hold of. It's the bottle. You could fill it up with something, but it's too expensive because we can't get hold of it so quickly.
Better than nothing can do.
Yeah.
Time to buy some cheap wine.
Like,
And
how expensive is too expensive?
You're looking at about 500 shillings for a single bottle of
I
this stuff.
mean,
That's not
between the three of us, 500 shillings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
not a
would
terrible-
have been worth it, but would you trust a kid with that? Those kids jump from joy when you give them 1 shilling.
That's true.
Yeah,
Like, I
but
wouldn't- I wouldn't trust.
but would
those
they
kids
betray you?
500.
would your little orphans betray you?
I will be honest, if you give them 500 shillings and they have the chance to just run away, probably yes. Like that's
Okay,
enough
then.
to buy a small house, right?
Yeah.
Like in the countryside, like a farm in the countryside was 1,000 shillings or something.
Okay, well, fine, fair. But yeah, okay. Well, I mean, we can get some cheap wine and then have Filiberto flavor it,
Yeah.
In however way he wants to flavor it to make
Yeah.
it more exciting, shall we say?
Yeah. The other
And-
thing is he needs to put in enough poison that if the guy takes one sip, then he's dead. Or a drug which, if he takes a sip, he feels forced to drink more. Those two options, I guess.
Yeah.
We basically, that's what I'm saying is make it flavorful, but also slightly like addicting-ish, but not. We don't want him to take a sip and drop dead.
No.
Yeah.
We want him to take a sip, like it, even if it's not exactly what he was looking for necessarily, and keep drinking it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I
Throwing
could
the most addicting stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure I could procure a psychoactive substance that would get him high while he's also drinking it.
Okay, so, okie dokie. So,
That's some fun experimenting.
Yeah. Maybe I should stir in some of the mysterious white powder that I totally didn't also give to Dennis.
Maybe not, because if that does actually make him stronger, we don't want him hulking out. Well, I guess the redcoats have to put him down.
Yeah. Something that makes him angry and aggressive might also work.
So
Getting
what
the
are
redcoats
we
to put him
putting in this bottle? What are we actually siphoning into the bottle?
I would... Oh, go on.
I was gonna say just like a similar like bottle that we can just get from anywhere nearby that we can then improve, but it's something that has like the right color and the right base flavor to improve on. Not like if there's like the same type of alcohol, if we can't find like a cheaper bottle of the Cartagena red, like so it's like the same kind of alcohol, but just then we'll improve it. So it's not like we're not putting whiskey in a tequila bottle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna level with you. It's gonna be pretty difficult to get just a bottle of near Cartagena red just lying around. You can definitely put cheap wine in there.
Yeah.
But obviously that would mean that he's only going to take one sip of it. So whatever you put in, that would need to then be very, very potent to work immediately. So, Filberto, what do you have on you? As in, when you're walking around, what do you normally have on you in terms of poisons and things? You will have them, obviously.
So I'd have some sedative. I would have a slow-acting poison.
Yeah.
Something that would be like an hour or so. I would also have some fast-acting poison, the kind of like more like sprinkled contact powder that will also dissolve.
Yeah.
Like lidocaine or whatever. Then I'll have my various different drugs like heroin or equivalent heroin.
Okay. Yeah.
As well as the mysterious white powder, the super meth.
So.
My custom formula.
So what do you think you're going to be lacing this bottle with then? Because you're going to have to put that in before the wine. So.
Yeah, I was going to put in the slow-acting poison. I was also going to. I'd say we should get some cheap wine and a bunch of flavor enhancer. If
you already have you would already have that as a poisoner. You would already have that.
Yeah.
That's like one of the main tricks of the trade.
Yeah, I'd put in cheap wine and some MSG basically
Yeah.
to make it taste appropriate.
Okay.
Stir in some MSG.
What does Uncle Roger say? MSG full of flavor.
I'm gonna want you to march around, and if you're gonna try and find that wine, the cheap wine, there's loads of it around, but to swipe it and put it in this bottle is gonna take some skullduggery.
I mean, can we just buy a cheap bottle?
I'll buy it. I'll just buy it.
Okay, just buy it for like 20 shillings. Yeah, it's fine.
Fine. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
buy it.
You should buy at least somewhat good wine, though. Like,
Can we get like a 30 shilling bottle?
Yeah, maybe we should just buy the most expensive wine the first place we walk into has.
No.
Okay.
Oh, that's of the same type.
So you guys are leaving the tower and going to buy this wine. Okay. So.
Yeah, we weren't standing inside the tower poisoning it.
No. So you leave the tower. I'm gonna say you do find like a wine merchant and you can get one for like 200, 300 You know, it's like that the best one they do. You know, it's like really nice red wine. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I'll go for the 300 red wine.
Okay. So
Yeah,
300.
I mean, we could throw 100 each just to make it.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's split it fairly. I made back today.
Okay. Yeah. So you can find what would you like to do now? You have the poison, you have the wine, and you have the empty bottle of Cartagena Red.
Guess we start our brewing.
All right. So you're gonna go find an alleyway, or
Yeah, I'll find an alleyway to
Okay.
decant the wine. Put the MSG in it. Give that. I'll mix up the wine mixture first, and then put
It's
poison.
fantasy MSG.
Yeah.
Nice. So you stride out very proudly. It doesn't have a stopper on it, but it's completely logical for you to take the stopper out before you take it to him. But you stride out quite proud with this bottle of Cartagena Red.
Could we not grab the stopper from the other bottle?
You can do, but it's going to be quite hard to put back into a bottle.
Well, I'll
I mean, you
try.
you can push it down.
Yeah.
That's the way. Just put
Normal
it.
to
You
take
just put it
down,
corked.
All right.
So you just you know. I mean, we'd say we'd opened it and then closed it just to make sure that it was not gone off or anything.
Yeah.
You know,
So you,
like,
you just put something on the top of it. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
A little cork on the top of it.
a little bit of wax. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just heat up some wax, just like rolling it between our fingers and put it put it over it.
Yeah. And we say that the
Alright.
sommelier tried it before giving it to us.
Poison test. We had a poison tester test
Yeah.
to
The
make
irony.
sure it's
Okay.
safe.
So you need to tell me what the poison does. So what does a slow-acting poison do?
Ideally, it will just be render you unconscious in about 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it will be death in an hour.
Okay. Okay.
Ideally, it would be symptomless, other than the fact that you're unconscious. So it looked like, you just drank some wine, passed out, and then died in your sleep.
Sweet.
Painless.
Okay.
Painless knocking out, and basically incurable.
Okay. I need you to roll your skullduggery,
Mm-hmm.
but with an extra 5 dice, because you're brewing. So we need to see how potent this is when you're doing it on the fly.
Well, fuck.
2.
It's not going to be that potent.
No, it's going to take him all night. Basically, you're quite confident, but like, it is going to kill him. But you will have a chance to survive it.
Fair enough.
So, you have the bottle. Are you going to head back?
Yeah, I'm going to hand it to Dennis and say, maybe you should go up and take it up to him. I might be getting too well recognized up top.
Okay.
I was gonna suggest, like, we still had the talk about potentially you two leading Sangern in, right?
Oh, yeah, that works.
He'll like pick up a new coat and a new hat from
Yeah.
some shop nearby, so that and then basically it's like hand delivering the wine from the
Oh,
shop,
yeah, that works, yeah. That works.
Yeah.
and we'll just make up a wine shop name.
Dennis can escort Sangren as a guard, and Filberto can chill downstairs to see if everything is
Mhm.
going smoothly. If there's no suspicions.
So we'll say that we're hand delivering from, shall we call it, the
Something in
sommelier's den.
French. Yeah, no, like La Guy de la Froche. So something in French that sounds fancy.
Okay. So
I would let Filiberto come up with a name because he probably knows more about them than Sangern does.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to say, like, you guys can get in there. That's not going to be a problem. They let you in there the first time. They're not going to let you in there. They're not going to not let you in there the second time for no reason. So, you guys head.
Les Vins de Rouge.
On-
Les Vins Rouge. All right.
Yeah, literally.
Are you guys literally going to just take it up to him?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So,
Like- there's like a mild disguise on, just so Sangern's not immediately recognizable. Plus, he's got a new coat and a new hat on.
So Dennis, are you approaching the guards at the elevator?
Yes, I would remind them that we personally took the order a little bit ago.
Yeah,
You probably saw it.
Yeah, he says, I really don't envy you lot. Just take it up to him and get out of there as quickly as you can. He's in a meeting.
That makes things even more complicated.
He
Well,
says,
let's go.
he says,
Wait,
he says,
wait, should we wait? Because then we'll also kill the person he has a meeting with.
he says, just one of you though. He doesn't like too many people up there. Sorry. Just take the bottle up and leave it as is.
Very well, I should go then. It needs to be a guard, and we can send the merchant up alone.
Right. So the elevator comes down. and the trestle gate slides open, and you step inside, and it immediately starts pulling away once the gate closes, leaving Sangern and Filberto on the ground floor. They're part in this done.
Does he
perhaps?
choose a floor? Or is it done?
No, it goes up and down to 4, and that's it.
So you can't like stop one floor
No.
earlier.
There are
Okay,
no
so
other
just
stops.
let me know.
There are no other stops. Security
Okay.
reasons. So,
Yeah.
a red coat at the top opens the door and ushers you out and says, "Oh, you got the wine."
Yes, as ordered.
So, the staterooms up here are quite opulent. There's like varnished oak all the way around the place, and there's a huge grandfather clock at the end of the hallway that you're on, and there are 4 doors. The guard says, "Second door on the left, but keep it quiet. He's having a meeting. All right, just put the bottle down and leave him to it."
I was ordered to not do it like that. I was ordered to hand deliver it in case someone attempts to poison it if it's left outside.
He said, "Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you're hand delivering it to his table. It's going."
Understandable. I understood that you wanted me to leave it in front of the door. It's
No.
a tiny misunderstanding. Yes. I'm going then.
Okay, so you walk and you get to the second door. Are you going to knock? Or are you going to just walk in?
Of course, I'm gonna knock.
Okay, you hear him go, yes, come in.
Sir, here is the wine delivered as an apology for the previous mistake. I hope it's to your liking.
He shakes his head, goes, "About time. Put it on the desk."
Who's with him?
Well, I do put it on the desk.
Right.
And, well, I don't have really an option to open a window, but I try to stall a bit before leaving the room, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
To just, like, have a look around to see if there's windows, to see other,
There are
like,
windows. There are windows.
vents
Yeah.
and stuff. Vents, entry points, stuff like that.
There are windows. There is a merchant sitting in the table opposite.
Is it
Lucian?
someone I recognize?
No, not at the moment. So he's sitting there and he's talking to Lucian about an import-export deal, and how this business is going to be good for the Duskfall Empire, and he needs to get on with treating with these barbarians just so they can get this deal over the line. And you can see Lucian's like, yes, I know. Let's drink first, talk later. And he pours the wine. And
Time to leave quickly.
And he takes a drink, and his friend takes a drink. He says, to new beginnings, let's say, huh? And he says, yes, indeed. So they both take a drink, and they both go, "I don't know what it is with this ass-end backwards country, but they cannot even get Cartagena red correct." And he slams it down on the desk and slumps into his chair. I hate this place.
Okay, I guess it's time to leave for now.
Okay, so you leave the room. Cool.
Yeah.
You're allowed to go. No one's going to stop you. You're allowed to go downstairs. So we'll cut to downstairs.
So
the lift comes down with Dennis in it, minus a bottle of red wine. The door opens and he strides out. What are you guys doing?
I'm going to say to Dennis, did he like his present?
No, not at all. He called it bad wine and then went off about how we're barbarians.
Sangren is just gonna kind of it's Duskfall.
Duskfall indeed.
Just kind of, and then because he's supposed to have been from Sangren's supposed to have been from the wine shop.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we turn and leave, right?
All right, yeah. You guys turn and you leave. I need, as a nice finale to the session, I need to roll.
He actually died.
I am assuming then we did in fact manage to kill him then.
Let's see. Yes,
Because if he's not dead,
so
Yeah,
so
we can come back
news
the
news does reach you through the urchins. I needed to roll at least 1-1 in those 10 dice.
okay.
News does reach you that he was taken ill in the night, and he did pass away. peacefully.
So just one thing, as we were leaving, I was hoping
What about
to.
the merchant?
Both
The
of them-
guy
both
he
of
was
them.
talking to die too?
Let's roll that. Any ones? He's dead. Yes, he also died. Unfortunately.
So on our way out, I was gonna just suggest that we kind of mumble loudly, because I imagine Dennis has filled us in. There was a merchant,
Mhm.
and it's just like as we're heading through Tower 1, where people could overhear, it's like, oh, you mean they were arguing, that the merchant was threatening him, that kind of
I see.
hearsay.
Let's do a presence roll and add 3 dice, because that was a really good idea. Yeah, add 3 dice.
All right. Oh, I guess I'm not intimidating, so that gives me 4.
Mhm.
Can I get help from the other 2 on this?
Yep.
Sure.
Oh, I don't need it.
Okay, so word quickly spreads, and guards even start congregating around the lift, wondering whether they should go up, because it's like, there might be a ruckus going up there if they're having a go at each other, as you guys leave, and that's where we'll call it this session.
Cool.
But there will be a 20,000 shilling purse headed your way for next time.
Nice.
Very well done. That was very well done. Really, really good.
Clearly, I should just try not to be like a normal human being.
I like the way that he acts. I like the way that he is very
Yeah.
uncanny valley. He just doesn't know how to act around normal people.
Yeah, it works.
So, what we will do is everybody needs to add 1 dice at 1 point to their presence, please.
Fair enough.
Ah.
All right, no
I got
stress.
My
5.
second point of presence.
And I got 5.
No stress this week. And you will have make a note of the 20,000 shillings that are coming your way next week.
Oof, that's gonna be hard to divide. 20 through 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be fractions. 6.6666.
Yeah. Well, then, I mean, it's literally there's an extra 2 shillings. I mean, how about we each take 6,660 and then give the last 20 to Ken because they did a good job.
Yeah.
Or the kids. Yeah.
Or the kids, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's take 6,660 and the rest goes to the kids. Ken already got his alcohol.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
I would probably get him another bottle on the way out because he did good.
Cool.
Alrighty. All good. Well, I can let you guys go then. That was really good. That was really succinct. We end up getting there.
Do we want to do the downtime ahead of time, or do we want to wait save it for next time?
We can. I like doing it at the start of next session. I like doing it at the start of the
Okay.
session. It's quite nice. So let you guys go. Cheers for that, and I'll speak
Cheers,
to you.
it's a fun session.
I'll get in touch about the next session. Hopefully it be. I could even do during the week really, but it could be any time. We'll.
So I'm pretty busy. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend. I might be able to do Saturday earlier, but Friday and Sunday are pretty much out. But I could do before that or after that. I don't think I have anything specific.
Okay, sounds good.
Fair enough. I can't do Tuesday, Thursday for usual reasons.
Yep.
But other than that.
So
All right.
really only Friday early or Monday. Next Monday.
Alrighty, we will look into that and we'll get that sorted out. No problem.
As in, Dennis, those are the days that work, or those are the days that don't work?
No, I mean like that from the days you said. For me, basically every day works for now.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
No worries.
Yeah.
Have a good night, guys.
Alright,
See
you
you on the next one.
have a good one, guys. See you later.
All right.
Bye now.
Cheers.
And that is session 7 of Blackcoats in the books. So next time we will be going back to Blackcoat business, where the guys will be tasked with dealing with a rather intimidating infestation, demonic infestation in the countryside. So we'll see you then.